Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Starlost Stormridden. I'm Cryolane. I'm your GM, and this is the party. Da, 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 da. Look at him. Crow is also here, but he's handling doggy accident, so he will return shortly. Yep, there he is. There he is. Right now, off the rip, let's just get into the recap from last time. You guys waking up in the morning in the desert, immediately started organizing yourselves to sort of take a detour away from your trip to the Echo Crowns to find the tower in the desert. As you went, sort of organizing everything, going back and forth with people, you eventually arranged it so that the members of Core 4 who were with you left with Loomis and a chunk of the researchers to continue on north, while you guys, Squad 12, and Forgotten by Skies, the other Core commander who's with you, are heading off in the desert to find the tower. While you were traveling, you encountered an earth elemental, which Selic managed to talk down so that it didn't end up being combat. You then headed a little further into the desert, and later in the day you encountered a group of gnolls raiding a town. As you guys prepared to dispense with them, you crafted a plan to scare them all away using Selic's horrific nature and Ritz's recent acquisition of the polymorph spell. And it was successful. You scared the gnolls out of town, where Bella promptly threw a power cell from Elysium into the middle of their crowd and vaporized the lot of them. They will not be a problem for anyone else ever again. You guys checked for survivors, of which you only found two. A wood elf man with a child that he was protecting under the floorboards of one of the buildings. He informed you that his name was Ambrose and that he was not actually from the town. He was just a traveler who was staying the night, and the people who were nice enough to offer him a room had him hide under the floorboards with their daughter Rosie. You guys sent to William Black, and he joined you all to teleport Rosie away, with her revealing that she's originally from Haven and she wants to go back there. Ambrose offered to travel with you guys, as he's a traveling chef, and the opportunity to go to the Echo Crowns was pretty cool. As you guys talked a little bit more, William Black brought up to you all again that if you do find the tower, you're also going to encounter Carmichael again, who is currently an unknown as far as whether or not he is dangerous. But he is, at the very least, a 9th level caster. One of only a handful of them currently exist in the New World, which means whether he is a threat to you actively or not, he is still a threat by his nature. During this conversation, it's also revealed that Runava, unlike several of the rest of you, never experienced the Endless Night, because she presumably returned to the material plane from wherever else she was at the end of the Endless Night, coming back when the stars returned. William teleports away with Rosie. You guys set up camp where Ambrose cooks for you. Bella continues reading through the artery, trying to communicate with Tachyon, her long distance or long calendared pen pal. Who asks her which of the moons is her favorites. To which she responds that there is only one in her sky called Ayadun, and then doodles it just so that it can, you know, be something he sees. Ritz shares a bunch of the lore that he has been slowly hinting at over the last chunks of sessions, properly revealing that the artifact he's mentioned before that drove his wife mad was the crown that Bella saw in her vision. And that when he built his society of various warriors, eventually there was a rebellion, and to fight back, his wife donned the crown, and from that point on was never properly herself. And once he encountered the strange gate he's mentioned before, she lost control of herself, they activated it, and he ended up here on the material plane, leading even more mystery to the weird artifact. This is also when he reveals to you all firmly and officially that he doesn't sleep or eat. He doesn't need to and hasn't needed to ever since he stepped through that gate and forgot what happened in the meantime. Runava and Selleck also reconfirmed that they both used to be not a Shatter Kai in her regard, and not a Dampier in his regard. And as you guys have that whole conversation, you talk in front of Squad 12, who again reaffirmed to all of you that you're definitely the main characters, and you're very weird. You guys also realize, as Bella is talking about recent dreams she's been having, that you all have had the same dreams or visions over the course of the last couple of months. And seeing that they were just random dreams and had no indication of you guys sharing them, this was just the first time everything's lined up. With a little bit more conversation, eventually Furmark speaks up, as he was a cleric in the city of Iceholm. And he reveals that all of the various vision things you guys saw in those dreams seem like they are each tied to a deity. With him going down a quick little list of the ones he thinks each thing represents. And when you guys bring up how strange it is that all of these things would be interested in you, he sort of just shrugs, because it only lends even further credence to what you guys were just talking about. You guys travel again. Shocker. And as you were going, you encounter an old abandoned wagon where you find a glass bottle, and trying to clear it off, you uncork it and reveal a djinn inside, a lesser djinn known as Canaris, offered to give you guys a reward for freeing them from the bottle that they were contained in. You guys went back and forth a lot on what exactly you wanted and what you should place out on the table. And they got kind of sick of you guys second-guessing all of your options, so the moment one of you said a bunch of gems and meat to cook, they just gave it to you without reaffirming whether that's actually you wanted, and then they left. So now you guys have a bunch of uncut gems that you can get appraised the next time you're back in the city. You had one more long rest. Oh no, you hadn't had your long rest. You were traveling with the intent to find a place to rest for the night and have your long rest. But as you were traveling, suddenly, each of you found yourselves in separate but identical instances of the same cavernous hallway. And as you all followed it, each of you on your own volition encountered a strange entity referring to itself as the Foundation. All of you guys working out that it is the foundation of the tower. And it asks each of you a few questions. Primarily, though, as it points out, it's not judging you. It doesn't really care where, why, or how you're here. But what it really wants to know is, why do you seek to climb the tower? Each of you give your various answers. And that's when it's revealed that Bella had a slightly different encounter with the Foundation, with it calling to her by name and saying that it has wished to meet her for a long time. Stating also that it and she are connected in ways that she doesn't currently understand. Because after all, what is a foundation without a wall? With all of your various answers, the Foundation reveals that it was curious about your answers, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters to it is that the tower stands. And you all suddenly find yourselves not where you had last been prior to entering that tunnel. Instead, you're in this strange little caldera, almost. No seemingly way that you got here. You are joined by Squad 12 minus Furmark and Friedman, and all of the researchers are not there with you. It's just you, Stormridden. I want to take this moment to also specify that the Corps Commander, Forgotten by Skies, she's also not with you. So it is specifically your group, Samuel, Saltmark, and Eschatal. Something which, once you guys put the pieces together, you realized was you are all of the people who experienced the vision and saw the truth of the moon. As you guys look around, you realize in the distance, along a long winding path through a bunch of boulders and bits of landscape, is the tower you've been looking for under the night sky. Runava rushes forward and uses the locate object on a pin that she knows Nove has worn and gets a response, which gives just a little bit of light to her eyes. As we end the session there, and as we pick up this next session in exactly the same spot you guys are standing, the ground here is livelier than it has been in the desert. Not quite an oasis that you're in, but you get the idea that whether it's magical or purely environmental, this area has more moisture and not as harsh of sunlight. It is scrub brush and grass laid out, and these large crops of boulders and little rises of dirt between you and the tower. You can't see the small bit of city or town that sits underneath the tower from here just because the landscape blocks it from your view, but you presume it to be there ahead of you once you follow the path. It's still nighttime. Still seems to be the time when you guys were last traveling. But as for where everyone else is, you don't really know.
Well, seems the tower found us.
Should we escape?
I would love for you to tell me how we could possibly do that.
I would like to see my sibling, so I'm going to start going in their direction.
We shouldn't escape. We've been going here this whole time.
It was a joke.
Oh.
Just
We should head it.
be on guard,
With caution.
just in case.
Point us in the
Yeah.
direction.
At the tower.
Runava will start following her locate object.
Okay. You start following the
Selleck
path.
will start following his locate Runava, which is the Runava in front of him.
Do you locate Runava? My eyes.
I have 2 of them.
For now.
An incredibly powerful magical artifact, eyeballs. You guys just immediately set out as you guys go. Salt immediately just starts following you, and Escatal turns to Samuel and is just like, "Hey, what? There was like a statue guy with several arms. Are we gonna like get a lay of the land before we?" And Samuel just shakes his head and starts walking after you guys as Escatal's like, okay, cool." Just joins you guys, kind of jogging to catch up. Runava, this is a winding path. It, how do I best describe this? As you sort of dip and weave your way through the rocks, there are points when the path narrows to the point that it's only enough space for one person to walk as rocks rise up on either side. But every now and then it opens back up, and the group can catch up to you properly. You are basically tunnel visioning away all of the landscaping around you, so you don't quite notice, but the rest of you, you do see that at some point as you're walking through one of those bigger open spaces, there is water coming out from cracks and some of the rocks forming into little pools where you can see vegetables growing. It looks like they're cultivated in some way. It's not enough of them that you would call it a field or a garden, but there are patches wherever there is moisture of onions and beetroots and all sorts of other little things like potatoes, just sort of taking advantage of the moisture. And then as you walk out in one spot, you guys do see what seems to be a garden, just a small field that is populated by tomatoes.
You think we'll get in trouble if we pick some?
I think that we're
POV
currently
Adam.
I think we're currently in an area to where it decided whether or not to let us in. And generally would state that they might also know what's going on in here, so I'd ask.
We were in the desert, now we're in this place where you can grow tomatoes.
Right.
Do you want a tomato, Ritz?
Sure.
Go for it.
You go take a tomato.
He'll literally like claw that shit, like just go in there.
You
and
go in
then-
and
yeah.
you just pull a tomato off the tomato plant. Nothing mysterious happens.
How fresh is it?
It's pretty fresh. It's probably not fully ripe yet. It looks like it's pretty close though by the coloration. It probably would have been better if you pull it off like tomorrow or the next day, but like it's edible. Might be a little tart.
Puts it back.
You cannot. You can set it on the ground.
I'll do it anyways.
You go to put it back on the plant and it just falls to the ground.
Oh, it wasn't ready yet. Fuck.
You should probably keep it then.
Guys, Runava's like 50
Yeah,
feet
Runava
ahead
has
of us
not
now.
stopped. I presume.
Okay,
Your
you guys
Runava
just,
detection is starting to fail you, Selic. His Runava is going over a rise into some rocks.
Enjoy your tomato.
You guys follow after as Ritz pockets this tomato.
Sure.
Oh, you know, Selic will just run up to Runava. Like, just to be within, like, melee.
Okay. Just jog a little quicker to make sure you catch up. No.
As soon as he gets close, just... Are we close?
Are we?
Closer. You're within 1,000 feet. You're. I'd say at this point you're probably within like 600 feet.
Closer, not. We're getting there.
Are you nervous?
Absolutely. I haven't seen any of them in such a long time. I don't even know what I would say to them when I see them. There's just so many things I want to tell them, that I want to ask them, that it's all just. It's like I have so many thoughts in my head and questions and words and sentences, but trying to conjure them up, just nothing comes out.
When I saw my brother for the first time in a long time, I had that same feeling. The 5-foot gap between us felt like I had every thought in my head, what I should say, what I should do, what I should bring up. It was that 5-foot gap that I had to think, but once that gap was cleared, my body and my brain and my heart knew what to say, knew what to do. You don't have 5 feet. You got like 600. So you can keep walking this 600 feet, and every step you think about one thing you want to say, or you just let your heart take over. I wouldn't get too nervous about it.
Right.
Let it be natural, because that's what it has to be.
Right.
Not to interrupt, but given just the space that you guys are in, it's not very long for you guys to talk before you walk through some more rocks and everything opens up. And immediately out in front of you guys, you see a town at the base of this tower. It's circular around. There are these little canals that seem to be coming from the tower itself further in that head out to these other buildings. All of them seem like they're crafted from rock and brick and wood. None of them are more than 2 stories tall. There's this intricate tiling that forms all of the walkways that you guys immediately find yourselves at. And you see these sort of street lamps that have been set up, flickering with fire that doesn't seem to be coming from oil or a candle, but is just floating in these little glass orbs that are dangling from these wooden poles. And at the very center of all of it is the tower. This nowhere near as massive as the Apropos Tower, nowhere near as intimidating as the Lightning Towers from Elysium, but this Mage's Tower that's before you guys has architecture that feels alien in a way. Doesn't look like any of the cultures you really know. It doesn't feel like something you guys have seen before. It's just stacked brick and sandstone up to windows that arch out, with a few of them shining light out of them, all the way up until the very top of it, that from where you are now, you have to crane your neck up to see maybe just a few hundred feet, but you can't make out the shape from down here. And there are a few people walking on the streets. A handful is probably the best definition. Promptly, one of them kind of sees you guys coming out of the rocks, and he kind of just perks up a little bit and just turns and shouts something in Elvish to another person further down the line. I think basically all of you understand Elvish. I think literally all of you understand Elvish. You just hear, tell the overseer. New guests have arrived. You guys watch as someone further down the road turns and just kind of, not quite a sprint, but a quick run heads off towards the tower. As the person in the front turns back to you guys and kind of walks down the road. They have a little bag and stuff that they go and they set down as they come up to Runava, presumably at the front, and hold a hand out immediately and just, hello, hello. They try Elvish first, and then they're like, oh, Inlessa, and then they, in common, just, hello, is this better for everyone? Or is there a language you would all prefer?
I think that is the universally preferred language.
It's quite common.
That's what I said.
Hello?
Hello!
Hi.
Hello! They go to shake, like, each of your hands really excitedly and just, hello.
Howdy.
Hello! It's so good to see new faces! Hello!
Hi.
You can call me
Where are
Jan.
we?
Yawn.
Yawn?
Like YAWN?
Y-O-N. I'm not quite so boring. I'm Y-A-W-N.
Just making sure.
Where are we, Yawn?
Welcome to Tide Basin.
Tide Basin. Where is that?
Oh, I see you're probably quite confused. It's you're not far from wherever you were. Don't worry, it's not like you're picked up and thrown across the entire continent. Maybe a few dozens of miles away from wherever you last were looking at your map. I'm sure if you had some sort of magical way to indicate your location, you'd discover that you're not too far off.
But so we are still near the desert.
Yes, no, we are in the deserts. We are in the deserts of the southern continent of the New World.
Okay. And how did you know that we were shunted here? Is this
because
not a
everyone
place you
is.
can just right?
Yes.
And
We were sorry. We're confused.
Of course.
Runava, go ahead.
This spell doesn't last for very long. I'd like to continue. Sorry. I'm looking for somebody.
Oh no, of course. Who are you looking for? I can help you find them.
Nove?
I can't help you find them. That's not a name I recognize. I'm so very sorry. Do you have descriptors, an idea of their job, or?
About the stall. Last I remember, they're very thin. They work as they work to communicate. I
Ooh.
heard from somebody that they have been building some communication devices.
Communication devices, yeah,
They
tall,
wear
quite.
like a.
The lavender, purpley hair with like the streaks going through it.
Yes.
Yes, okay, yes, I know. Follow me. They might be resting. It is quite late.
And it's quite all right. I'm. Please lead the way.
Yes, of course. Follow me. So good to meet you all.
So like puts up a thumbs up from Runava. His ears like shoot up a little bit.
Fantastic. So coming to see them then is why you're here.
Yes, the family.
Family! Oh! That's rare. That's a rare occurrence here for the tower. Most of us aren't related to each other. I think there's only one family actually here. There's a father and a daughter who are both here. But I don't think most of the people who come to the tower have any prior relation to each other. So that's fun. That's fun. That's a new one.
Is that because the tower is hidden away?
Well, yes. So it's sort of that's one of those things that the overseer will run you through more information about it as soon as they're here. Don't worry, you're not in trouble.
Who's the overseer?
The overseer, Lord Carmichael. He's the one who manages the tower.
Right.
So he sort of handles that sort of thing. He's a
Right.
very nice gentleman. Soft face.
He is.
Carmichael.
You know him?
Yeah.
He might be more familiar with us than you think.
Yeah.
That's even more exciting. No wonder you're here. No wonder you got in.
But walk and talk. Why do people? How do people get here? Do they have to be looking for the tower?
Looking for the tower is not the only thing that will get you here. No, the tower has to let you in. It has to choose to allow you to enter. It's a system I don't entirely fully understand. The overseer obviously knows a bit more about it, but it's without permission. You might see the tower, but you will never be able to reach it. If you have permission, you will see the tower. You will potentially see it every single night. It reaches out towards you, letting you know that you're welcome, but still keeping itself secret enough that if you choose not to come, its location might still be difficult to ascertain for others.
In the village, the town that we're in,
Mhm.
everyone lives here because they were let in?
Yes, so everyone
Or
who
are they
lives
allowed
here.
to leave?
Oh no, we're all allowed to leave. Some people do. We're the ones who wanted to stay.
Is this like a sanctuary? Are these people who are running away from something? Were you running away from something?
Well, yes, most of us came to the New World either with the Commission, which I presume you all to be. You have the bearings of Stormridden about you. The big lady with the big sword. Kind of give it away.
And go on.
Oh, some of us also came through other means, smuggling, the Underdark, all sorts of things. Wound up here in the New World, didn't really have a place we wanted to be, and through some means found the tower, or the tower found us, and once we got settled, decided to stay. Most of us aren't really hiding from anything, it's just that we like it here. I, myself, personally, am one of the researchers who manages agriculture, so I do most of my work in the tower, balancing all sorts of chemicals in the soil so that we can grow things here.
Right. And Jan, the foundation of this area, did you meet it before you came in?
Do you mean the rocks under the buildings?
More literally.
No.
Got it. Okay. We'll
Here,
talk
it's,
to the overseer about it.
The gestures. They'll be down here in this townhome. And heads down a little side street that he kind of weaved his way through to get to one. He comes up and he... Hello? Hello? I know that we haven't spoken much, but my name's Jan. I have guests for you. And it's quiet.
Runava, do you want us to be here?
Sure, I would love for you all to meet my family.
Okay. We'll leave you us here.
You guys hear the sounds of soft footsteps coming down what seems to be a staircase to the ear as they approach, and then the rustling of something and the jingling of a lock. And then the door opens and out peeks just half of a face. Just Runava, you see Nove, but not looking exactly as you recall them looking. Ray, above table, if you would like to share.
I would love to. Put it in private talks.
Yo.
You see this taller than Runava, still shorter than a large majority of the group. Just a little taller than Vane, I'd say. High elf with the long pointed ears, They currently aren't wearing the poncho that you see here in the art for them, so they're just wearing a sweater underneath. And as they peek out, their eyes kind of shoot over the entire group until they lock eyes with Runava, and they get this look of confusion on their face. And you watch as the door closes and you hear the sound of like the chain latch coming loose, and they open the door all of the way and just look at all of you. And then Runava, out loud, in a voice that is far different than you remember, scratchy and sort of raspy, just, "Hi."
Nove. Hi.
Come, come in. And they open the door wider and they step aside. Their cheeks are kind of flushed and they have a little bit of the blush along their ears.
Step in. I won't stand in the doorway, but towards Nove, just
Like, keep gesturing for everyone to come in as you start talking.
It's been so long.
Tea.
Sure.
That would be lovely.
They keep the door open for a second and look at Jan, who's like all happy, and he's like, "Oh no, I wouldn't dare to intrude. No. Go. Have your nice little." The overseer is looking for them, so I will send him your way. He should be here momentarily, though. So, just
Thank
to know
you,
that.
Jan.
Of course. Nice to meet you all. I hope to see you in the morning. And he heads off. He's like, "Oh, I left my groceries on the road." And you just hear him rush off. Nove kind of like ushers you all into this little dining room right off the entrance and just immediately like pulls out chairs and rushes into the kitchen where they put a kettle on. It's like they're in a frenzy immediately. This sort of awkward energy to them as they start setting everything up for tea.
Your voice.
Yeah.
It's been so long. And she just flat out switches over to Yuyan, and just the translation being, I don't know how long it's been. It feels like lifetimes ago that I last saw you. Are you well? Have you been well? Are you okay?
You start rattling off in Yuyan as they're preparing the kettle, and you watch their face kind of light up in recognition, but they grip the kettle tighter by the handles. You start talking. And then you say a bunch of words. You rattle everything off. And then you say the like, are you well? And it's like something catches their ears and they repeat after you the Yuyen word for well. And they're like, in common, they respond to you just, "I'm all right. Life is good."
What happened?
I'm sorry. I don't understand all the words anymore.
Right, it must have been a very long time. What What happened? To you, to
I-
your voice? How did you get here?
Did you call me Nove?
Yes. That,
All I think when I look at you is sister.
oh. Oh.
But I don't remember your name. And I don't remember the words that you're saying.
Uh,
I don't know. Nove.
your name is November Situm. My name's. My name is Runava Prositum. You're my older sibling. How much do you remember?
Not much. It's like a bad dream. I remember a tree. I remember machines and that I would talk into. I remember a family and I remember the dark for a long time. And then I woke up in the desert. And then I found the tower.
Did you? The dark, is that why your voice is.
They like tug at the collar of their turtleneck. They just. I don't think I. Did I used to sound different?
Yes.
I remember people liked my voice.
Everybody did. The machine you would talk into, it would broadcast to every person's home. I would wake up in the morning and hear your voice. You would talk about the weather, you would talk about recent news.
They sort of lower their head a bit as the kettle starts to steam but not whistle yet. Okay, you have your hand up.
In a moment where there is a pause in the conversation, I'm going to dig into my bag and I'm going to pull out the Mask of Tongues and I'm going to step forwards towards Neve. I'm going to hand it over towards them. Like, this is a mask that lets you cast the spell Tongues. I don't know y'all's situation or exactly what's going on, but something tells me it would do both of y'all a lot of good to be able to have this conversation in your mother tongue.
The kettle starts to whistle, and they kind of nod as they're just like, tea first, before I talk more. And they turn to all of you, just, I'm so sorry, I didn't. And they start pouring tea as they go around this table, and they gesture for you all to sit. I didn't introduce myself properly. I just go by N.
Why?
Nice to meet you.
It's short for endless. Because I showed up at the endless night. When the overseer suggested it, I liked the sound of it. It felt right. Knowing that my name is Nove, I guess it makes sense.
Right.
You guys all have a cup of tea. As you sit, you process that many of these chairs are dusty. Looking around, you get the feeling that Nove doesn't frequently have guests. There are one or two chairs that look like they're well used, and the rest seem like they never get attention.
Sorry, I was gonna say, can I fun question. As a follower of Aaron Zottel, can I look around this home and see? I want to roll if I can to see how lived in is this house. Like, is this a house that N or Nove seems to actually like? Do they spend their time here, or is this just a place that they end up at night and are when they wake up before they leave?
Yeah. You can just make me an investigation check. As you're all sipping your tea. It's good. It seems to be some blend of green and black herbs.
Absolutely dog shit. That's a 3 total.
That's a 3. You can gather that if they do spend a lot of time here, it's probably not in the dining room.
Can I roll with advantage because of the Aaron Zottel thing?
Sure.
5 total.
Have a
Yep.
13.
I was 13.
Have a 13.
So that's a 14 with my +1.
All right. In that case, yeah, you could tell that it seems at a glance like this is probably a place that even if they spend time here, it's not like they spend a lot of time relaxing in the dining room, which is the main thing you've seen. And judging by the way things are decorated, it's enough to be lived in, but it's not cozy. It's not stacked with all the sorts of amenities and things you would expect of someone who spends a lot of time in their home and wants it to feel like the place that they stay. So while it might not be the place where they just come home to pass out at the end of the day, it's also not a place where they're like, this is my beloved home that I care so greatly for.
And sorry, one more thing I want to... Can I roll insight? Does Nove look happy to see Runava?
I'll just say with your passive insight, you can tell that there is a lot of conflicted feelings that they seem to be experiencing. Because on one hand, it's like they look at Runava and they have this welling of pleasant feelings that you can clearly see on their face. And then Runava is asking them questions and telling them things. And they have this conflicted, guilty look almost that they cannot reciprocate.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
All of you have your tea. Like I said, it seems to be some sort of blend of green and black. And as you sip it, all of you immediately, whatever sense of dryness or discomfort you might have felt in your throat from traveling through the desert is gone, almost like magic. All of you feel like you could hop in a car on a road trip and sing an entire album without your voice cracking one time. You all feel suddenly as if your larynx is perfectly lubricated for proper communication and chitter chatter for the rest of the day.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. What is this?
Special blend. They tap it like their throat. And then they put the mask on really casually as they turn back to Runava once they've finished like half of their cup. And they gesture that you can talk.
While they were pouring tea for everybody, could I have a quick back and forth with Penny?
Sure.
Mentally? Just
Yeah.
their voice. Are you able to help?
Maybe. I fix.
Did you help them before?
Familiar. You, but not you.
Yeah. This is my older sibling.
Sibling. You feel the sensation of like, as you're having all these thoughts about sibling, like Penny is, despite you talking about your siblings and thinking about your family, Nove being here, it's like it's the first time that Penny is processing what a sibling is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the sensation of just like, not you.
Not me. Family.
Quite confusing.
It's okay. And aloud, just... So, you've been here since... You came here? 30-some years?
Is this in Yuyan now, or is this common? Because they put the mask.
Oh, then it would have been in Yuyan.
I cast comprehend languages on myself.
Okay.
Same.
Vane sitting here being the only person who's just enjoying the tea and not enjoying the tea. I'm like, yeah, I've lived here for decades. It's just the first place I found, and I liked it. Overseer Carmichael lets me work on whatever I want in the tower, so I just spend my days tinkering and reading stories.
He mentioned that you're working on communication devices?
I'm not very good at the making technology, but I remember things about how it works.
Yeah.
So I work with artificers to make things. Around town, there are globes for the street lamps. In the tower, there's a device I can talk into, or people can talk into, and everyone... You see as they say, I can talk into, and then they change to people can talk into. It's almost like they're sad at correcting themselves that people can talk into it. And they're like, I have a friend who does announcements in the mornings.
Right.
And Runava, you can continue your conversation. And can I'm Selek. I'm a good friend of Runava. May I have your hand just for a few minutes? I'm gonna just check on something, if you don't mind.
They chuckle, and they're just like, my sister brought a boy home, and he's already asking for my hand.
Oh, I'd rather
No,
eat a boot.
These
Hey,
are all
no, he's never
friends.
said that about anyone other than me.
That's my boy.
Smiles. They like just stretch their hand out for you to inspect as you keep talking.
This is the only
Oh,
part
I'm
of the
catching
conversation
identify.
Bane's been able to fucking understand this entire time is I'd rather eat a boot, and he's like, I get that one.
I'm involved.
Hey.
Hey, we're back.
Well, their
We're
conversation
back.
goes,
The signal's
he's
back.
ritual casting identify.
Okay. Start casting identifies. Runava, continue.
So you don't do morning announcements anymore.
No one wants to wake up to this sound.
I would still. After all, you're still my sibling. Do you remember anything about our family, about where we grew up?
Sometimes in dreams I see a house in a tree. I've talked to other people and they said I'm from the Westwood.
Yeah, it seems like where we were from, that's the equivalent to the Westwood now.
You talked about how it's been a long time. I know I'm an elf, but how old am I?
Well, you're 21 years older than me, but even I don't know how long we were in the dark for. Do you remember what happened that day? The day when you went into the dark?
It's like they absent-mindedly reach up towards their collar and their neck, and they're just like, I remember a woman. And a monster.
Did she do that to you?
Sometimes in nightmares, I remember her telling it to rip my throat out.
Runava stands from where she's sitting and just walks over to Nove and drops to her knees in front of them and takes their other hand that Selek isn't holding.
The moment you make physical contact, it's like there's a static spark between the two of you, like an audible, as some kind of energy seems to discharge from you both.
Um, I'm sorry I didn't find you that day. I found Dad, and they couldn't do anything.
Was our dad nice? Was he a kind man?
Yeah. Dad is the nicest person. And we have a younger brother, too.
He was a brat.
Yeah, he was.
Our father worked with plants.
No,
And our
Dad was a painter.
mom
Mom
was a
Yeah,
paint. Okay.
Dad was a painter and Mom worked with plants.
Um. As they're sort of trying to parse through the thoughts, there's a knock on the door, just a real gentle dunk dunk. Nove just kind of squeezes your hand, Runava, and then they like get up and they look at Selik's hand that's still squeezing them, and then they look at Vayne and just, can you
I
get
got
the
it.
door?
Yep.
Thank you. Vayne just get up, go to the door, and you open it. You are met by a familiar face that you have only seen in a dream. As Ascallion Carmichael is at the door. Same wear that you remember him in, that loose, flowy shirt, the green cape cloak that drapes over his shoulders, the high-waisted pants and all of the various jewelry, and he just, well, hello!
Pleasure to see you again.
Pleasure to see you, Vayne.
That's me. And he, like, Vayne holding the door, like, motions to go reach with his left hand and goes,
Shakes your hand as he steps in and just, well, hello!
Hello.
It's been
Seems we've
quite a
entered your
time
tower.
by-
Seems we've entered your tower.
Well, not quite yet, but you're awfully close. I have waited a long time to meet you in person. Steps in. And lovely to see you. Looking divine as always.
Thank you for taking care of my sibling.
Of course. Take care of everybody who wants to stay. But, where are my manners? I know we've sort of met already, but given this is our first proper meeting, Ascallion Carmichael, at your service. Overseer of Tide Basin and the owner of the New World's Mage's Tower. Technically the owner of the Old World's Mage's Tower also, but I suppose they've probably reprioritized that in the time I've been gone.
How does one own a mage tower?
Well, in the case of this one, you build it. In the case of the old one, convince enough people that you're a strong mage and find a tower called the Mage's Tower, and they usually just give it right to you. lot of people, when they encounter the old Mage's Tower, seem to think that I had some sort of hand in its naming or its building. That's actually not true. It was there a long time before me.
You said you built this one?
I did. Built it to match the old one. I liked it. Has a lot of special properties that seem to come from the architecture and design that I wanted to bring with me for my work.
Security, especially astounding.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. The old tower wasn't quite so stringent on letting people in, but happy accidents.
Is it sentient?
The tower? I wouldn't say so. Clearly it has some sort of mind of its own, but I don't think it's enough that I would call it sapient or sentient. Just a bit of leeway here and there, a bit of choice. That can be afforded even of rock, can't it?
Fascinating.
Well, I'm sorry I stepped in during tea. Should I come back? I thought you guys might have a number of questions for me that I didn't want to burden N here with too much. Or, turns to Runava. But you come with the answer to so many mysteries. I shouldn't keep calling them N, after all, as their sibling. You must know the answers. Please.
Yes.
Introduce them to me properly, if you don't mind.
This is Novain de Brisiton.
Oh, very lovely name. Nove Brositon. So, Runava Brositon, I assume.
Yes.
Yes, and then Bella, Prashana Bella, Drenus, yes, right?
You got it.
Got it. And then Ritz. Met you first, after all. And Vane, met you again at the door. It was a great time. I was really happy for it. Selic, look at you. Growing intimate already.
What do you mean?
I won't press it. It's only funny if you understand.
I'd rather eat a boot.
Ah, you do understand. Well, I'm here. Don't mind me too much. He steps over and he takes one of the chairs and he turns it around and he sits and crosses his arms over the back and he's like, go on, finish your conversation. I'll be here when the time is ready.
I just look at Nove a little uncertain.
Nove doesn't seem uncomfortable at all with Carmichael being in here. If anything, it seems like they've almost calmed down a little.
Once Selic has finished doing what he's doing, can I give you a hug?
I would like that. I don't remember. You really liked hugs.
That's one point. Yeah.
Your hair was short. It's so long now.
Switching back to Ian, just yeah, I haven't had the chance to cut it, I guess.
And they kind of like touch some of your braid, and they're just like, that has to hurt your neck.
Not as bad as you'd think, but it did take some getting used to.
It's really nice.
Thanks.
Selic, your identify goes off. Currently, as far as you can tell, Nove is not under any magical effects. You can tell that they have some magic to them, the same way as if you tried to identify a creature, the way Vane would glow a little bit, or Bella would under detect magic. But I think they clearly have access to magic and could cast, but there are no ongoing spell effects that are hitting them.
So like pulls his hand back and just, there's, looks over at Runava. Nothing. No spells, no curses, no, nothing that I can read. But it's pretty clean slate.
Oh, you were checking for my voice? For my brain?
They can be both. I was looking to see if anything changed you.
Oh, I've done my fair bit of research regarding that matter, actually. They're, as far as their brain goes, seems to be a traumatic response, or same kind of response you'd get from bumping your head really hard, or a poorly calculated teleportation spell that yells you through the ringer. As for the voice, gestures, and Neve is just like, I can answer that one. And they pull their turtleneck down a bit. And you all see there's just a chunk of their throat that, the same way Runava is missing her midsection or parts of her forehead warp away, there is just a warbling shadow across a patch, and for a brief passageway in the middle, you can see into the inner mechanisms of the muscles and vocal cords of their throat. And they just...
Right. Looks over at Runava like a... That normal?
Hug first, and then I'll see what I can.
Go to do the hug.
I just squeeze them so tight.
They squeeze you back, and as they squeeze, their hand goes to where Penny is, and you just get kind of toothpaste tubed around the middle, as they're not, like, they're expecting a back to be there, and then you just, and they're just like,
I missed you so much. I missed you so much. It's been so long.
I'm here.
You're the first one that I found.
It's nice to meet you again.
It's nice to meet you again, too.
As they're hugging you, you seem like you really needed this.
Yeah. It's been a very long time. And I just break away from the hug just a little bit, and I hold their face. It's just trying to memorize again every single feature, course correcting the Nove that I had in my head that had become warped and different.
Their eyes look a bit tired. Their lips don't tilt up exactly the way you recall. And their skin's a little bit darker than you remember.
Your throat, I might be able to help.
All right.
But you trust him? Just kind of glance at Carmichael.
Carmichael with my life.
Okay.
I can leave if you'd prefer. Could come back.
You can
do this in the
understand them
morning.
too.
I might have cast comprehend languages quietly while they were talking. I hope that's not inappropriate.
No, it's okay. It's just me.
Oh, everyone else too? He just like looks at the rest of the group. You all nod and he just, oh, all right. Well, good to see I'm in similar company.
It's
Here, how about this? I'm glad that you're all here safe. No, Faye. You've got plenty of space here in the house. Hold them up for the night. I'll be back in the morning. Take you all to the tower for breakfast. You can go to work or take the day off. Whatever you feel like. It's not every day that you have family show up here at the basin, so I'll just pats the table as he stands up. Have my leave then. Good to see you all again. Heads out.
right. I can't guarantee anything. But I mean, I'm sure you had felt it. I'll take 2 steps back and I'll take the jacket off.
They like flinch as they see Penny.
So, similar. Kind of familiar, I guess.
How do you eat?
I eat and it... Of course, that's the first question you would ask me.
Well, yeah, you don't have a stomach.
I don't know, I'd never...
Looks at the rest of you and just, is no one else shocked by this?
She
They-
cheated in a
no.
drinking contest. I'm still pissed about it. Wait, can I even understand this? Is he asking? Are they asking?
They ask in common.
Yeah, just, they cheated in a drinking contest.
They are mostly speaking in common because they, as they said, they don't remember you.
Let's go. It's like a
Well,
fucking.
but they have
yeah,
the
they have
tongues.
the tongues mask, so
They can
Yeah.
speak in Yuyan.
I think tongues translates to everybody.
Tongues
else,
translates for other
so-
creatures.
Oh.
You just speak in whatever language you're speaking.
LOL.
Yeah,
I
you
misinterpreted.
you can understand everything, and everything can understand you, but you're not actually speaking a different language.
it's like a phone conversation for me. I'm getting half of it.
Yeah,
They've known for a little bit now.
There's not a whole lot that can surprise us at this point.
Is the name Penumbra familiar to you?
it's like their face twitches as you say it, but then they're just like, no.
Okay, well, this is Penumbra. Penny. They've been helping me. Maybe they can help you too? If you don't mind.
Is it safe?
Yeah.
You say yeah, and Penny in your head immediately is like, I don't know.
Just mentally, just don't fuck this up. They're very precious to me.
I fix.
You fix. You're good at fixing.
If you think it'll help, sure.
We can try. No. Let's place I'll place my hands on either side of their neck. And go ahead.
Place your hands. And all of you watch as all of the shadows around Runava suddenly start to peel and condense away up her top and across her shoulders, down her arms, until there is literally nothing left but this faux spine that is barely more than ethereal. And Runava kind of wobbles a little bit in balance as the shadows just suddenly across her arms onto and then down the collar of Nove, who just shudders and It's like a nightmare in my head.
No. I know.
It hurts.
Penny, why is it hurting?
From Penny, you just have damage is deep. Damage is rough. Need to tear down bad bits, put new ones in.
How long?
You ask how long, and in your mind you see an image of a tree growing and then dying. And then immediately Penny's just like, too long. No. Hard. Damage is divine.
Okay. Come back to me then.
And then just and they just
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You okay?
Do I sound like a songbird yet?
You always sound like a songbird to me.
Penny immediately in your brain is just like, I remember not you. Can't fix their throat. Takes too long. Damage comes from gods.
I see.
Met them in the dark. Long time ago. Before I found you.
I see. Did you happen to find another like me, but a boy, but younger?
Lots of shadows are like you, but not you.
Okay. Shut in the dark, I guess. And then out loud, just Penny helped you. Jesus Christ. Penny helped you at one point in time in the dark. But I'm sorry that they can't fix your throat. The damage is too deep and it'll take too long.
It's okay. It, sounding like this is all I've ever known, so.
Right.
Nothing lost, nothing gained.
And I just squeeze their hand and I lay my forehead on their shoulder.
May. To the rest of you, just give me just a bit, I'll get places for you all to sleep. And then they reach into a cabinet, and you guys see a little bit of, like, mist come out, and you presume it's an ice box as they set down a little plate of cookies. And then they just tell you all to relax and feel at home as they go up the stairs. It's just you guys left downstairs.
How you doing?
I don't think I've fully processed. That's my older sibling.
Do you feel heavy?
I feel so many things, like Bittersweet. Bitter because.
Do you- Go ahead.
Bitter because. They don't have their voice anymore. Not the same one. They don't remember. But sweet because they're alive. They're here. They're okay. For the most part.
They're safe.
They're safe.
They still reacted. They still knew deep down who you were. And to the little things they understood. It means they're still in there, just a bit hazy.
Yes.
I don't think this is the outcome you expected, but I don't think it's a bad one.
It's certainly not the worst.
Then, hey, my sibling also has a few things they need to fix, so I understand. We work through it.
Right. I'm glad you all finally got to meet someone.
It was a pleasure. I'm glad that you got to see them.
Right. I'm sure all the people that we left behind are very concerned, but I hope it's alright if we stay for a little bit here.
I wouldn't even know how to leave.
Walking, probably. Or asking Carmichael.
There's so many things that are left unanswered. Leaving now would leave a lot of stones unturned.
Right.
I don't even think it's in the cards we leave right now. Lest we disappoint ourselves. All that to say, yeah, I'm fine with staying.
Out of curiosity, would you want to try and convince her to come back to Cloud Breach?
I would love for Nove to be somewhere where I can see them more often. But they've been here for, in their perspective, for as long, or most of what they remember. I don't know if I would be able to convince them. Also, they trust that man. And they would be safe here, I would imagine.
Guys,
Plus.
down the stairs, Nove comes and just... I have enough beds set up for all of you. If, a few of you don't mind sharing. And as Nove says that, Bella, you and Vane both process the same thing, as Vane is like, I'm the only one of this group who has no idea what's going on. And as you're like, oh, we could share beds. You guys look around and you realize Squad 12 did not walk in here with you. And Bella, you peek and you see through the window, you see Escatal's eyes just, just down.
I could just set up a cot. It'll be fine.
You know, I think I'm gonna step outside and get some fresh air. Gather my things, you know.
Okay.
The rest of us are, points to Ritz, Selek, and Runava. We're elves.
Trancing. Right.
Mhm.
I had to relearn how to do that. It's convenient.
Well, so do we learn how to do that? You're not
Hmm.
alone in that.
What was it like?
Were you learning to trance?
Hmm.
Learning to turn your body off, but not your brain.
Hmm. I kind of have the opposite problem. Mostly curious on perspective.
Oh. I meditated a lot, and then one day it just clicked.
Muscle memory.
Bella, you step out. And
Close the door
out on
behind me.
the street, across the street, Salt and Samuel are sitting. They both have like playing cards out on a bag that one of them set up, and it's like they're going back and forth. They're presumably playing Go Fish.
Just Escatol.
Escatal is underneath the window, just being like, "Oh hi, Bella. I didn't see you there. It's been a minute. What have you been up to? What's going on in there? Maybe."
Y'all having fun out here?
Samuel nods and Salt shakes her head.
Why didn't y'all come inside?
It seemed personal.
I mean, yeah, but are y'all okay with coming inside now?
They all just nod, and Escatal's like, "It was so cute. They hugged." Also, what the? No, looks around, just, what the fuck is up with Runava's body? Salt's like, "Don't comment on ladies' bodies, Escatal." She throws just a random pebble at him, and just, he catches it. It's really high dex. What was that about?
Now, Escatol, don't, like she said, don't make any comments on that. Some people are really sensitive about that. And I like get closer to him as I'm like saying that. And I'm like, Escatol, this is the most serious I'm ever going to be with you. Do not fucking tell anyone about that, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, let's all get inside and get some rest.
It's like Escatal is locked in place, so as the other two stand up, Samuel just picks him up like a statue and puts him under his arm and walks inside with him. They walk in and just, "Hi." Nube just, oh, there were more. I'm sorry."
When the door like opens, Runava quickly puts her jacket back on.
You're putting your jacket back on and everything, and as Salt comes in, she kind of like side eyes you, and then just leans in a little bit as Samuel's doing like the introduction, just, "Sleeper build, huh?"
What? I don't sleep.
It's okay. No, I mean, my curiosity is piqued, but I'm not gonna dig.
About what? I don't.
Don't worry about it. Pats Runava on the shoulder.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm older than you.
Yeah, crazy. I shouldn't know.
What are we talking about?
What does sleeper build mean?
Who's telling you these things? Who said that to you?
She shouldn't know until she's older, right, Bella?
What? I don't sleep.
Means you're
How
hot
do
with
I...
your shirt off.
What?
Vane, you're no fun.
Yeah, I kind of am. It's more fun to see what they think that means.
I mean, would your shirt not be off if it's hot?
Oh, no, that is funny. You're right. It is funny this way.
I'll get ready for bed.
Okay, let's get ready for bed. Like as Bella says it really seriously, they're like, "Oh, okay, let's go get ready for bed."
I don't understand common.
As like everyone starts like getting ready, Standor's just right. So when they say a sleeper build, what they're trying to I very calmly and super like seriously explain it.
I don't
'Cause
think
she-
so.
It's just because she saw you covering up when she was coming in.
Oh, so she thinks that I have...
Yeah, a sleeper build.
Huh. Common is so confusing.
I mean, that's just how language is. Especially common, though. It feels like it's just everything is just constantly evolving on countless levels of inside jokes that if you miss one, you miss a whole branch of language.
That's very unfortunate. And then it's different for every language. So then if you say miss like 100 years, then also every region is different.
People don't usually miss 100 years. That's not a thing that usually ever happens to people. People don't ever miss years, usually. So, like, yes, that concern is valid, but it's not one that most people have to deal with.
I suppose that's fair.
You guys go upstairs,
Why are you shaking your head, Crow? What's going on?
where Nove has set up.
We went hush.
Me1 hush. You guys all head upstairs, where Nove has set up several cots and a couple of sleeping mats on the floor. And you guys, they're downstairs, which is a little living room, a little dining room, a little kitchen. Upstairs, which is one sort of more open room that has a desk that has a typewriter, where all of the beds are currently set up, and then their bedroom. So you guys are basically all kind of Jenga Tetrising your way into this various sleeping positions they've gotten set up for you, because there's not a lot of excess room. So you're going to be bumping shoulders and the like as you all sleep. There is one larger mat set aside, presumably for Bella, because Bella is just significantly larger than everybody else here. And as you guys get yourselves sort of positioned for bed, is there any more chit chat you guys have before you just sleep? There's no real way aside from message to have little whispering conversations back and forth, because you guys are in essentially one cramped living room together.
I think Runava follows Nove wherever they go.
You follow them as they get everything prepped and stuff, and they set up a little cot like close to their door, and they just turn to you, and then they look down at it. They literally just give it a little pit pat like for you.
I'll join them.
You lay down on the cot, and they nod to you. They give you like a squeeze of your hand as they go into their bedroom, and they leave the door just cracked so that you can see in. And they just do their bed prep, and they lie down in a bed that you see inside. Give you like a little wave as they turn their lamp off.
Give a little wave back.
The rest of you get all laid down. Vane, you're probably the least comfortable of the whole group, ironically, purely because there's so many people all bunched in together.
I was gonna say he
You've
honestly
just
avoids
never
a cot and just like
experienced-
props himself up in like against one of the walls because he's just like
you've
Fuck it,
never had
man.
a slumber party.
yeah like if anything he feels more comfortable having more walls around him to just be like, okay, this is way too close for comfort. So yeah, he kind of like props himself up on a corner and like leans his head against the wall.
You guys can all get your long rest.
Wait, before I go to bed, I pull out the artery.
There have been no updates.
I close the artery.
I'm sorry, it's just really funny. There's no updates. Fuck. Okay, I close it. All right. In that case, nothing else. You guys all get your long rest. The elves in the group all wake up to the sound of stuff kind of moving around downstairs. You gather quickly that Nove got up slightly before the rest of you and tiptoed past you downstairs.
They'll go down.
Okay. You go down. As you head down the stairs, they've put the kettle on again. They're taking it off before it's whistling hot because they don't want to wake anybody up. But they are making themselves tea, and there's a little book sitting on a little table next to the window. They just, if you come down, they just give a little wave. Very awkward little wave, just like they turn and they have a moment of just like, oh, there's people. Oh, there's awake people in my home. Hi. Like,
I'll point at them and I'll cast message and I'll say with only Runava's voice, good morning.
good morning. I didn't know how much you all needed to rest, but I normally wake up now, so I read before the sun comes up.
It's a good way to pass the time.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to... They go and they step aside into their little living room. It's big enough for a chair and a second chair and a tiny little coffee table and nothing else. And they, as they come back in, they had reached for a shelf that was over in one of the corners, and they walk around and you see another book that they just extend to you.
I'll take it.
And then they just nod a little awkwardly as they go to their chair, and they kind of just gesture to the other chairs at the table, and then they just start reading and sipping tea.
Runava walks over and sits next to them and holding the book just basically also reads Nove's book.
You start reading Nove's book, and you process that Nove definitely gave you like the first book in a series, of which they are currently reading several books deep into the series, because there's just a bunch of characters that are referenced as if you should know them, and you do not know them.
That's okay. Runava is doing the younger sibling watches older sibling play video game thing.
What you do?
You got games on your phone?
Can I see? Can I play? Every now and then they try and have conversation with you. Like, they're at one point they're just like, "What do you do in the morning?"
I paint. Oh, I go on a walk.
Mhm. Then they kind of just immediately let the conversation die. Yes, Selig.
Do they have a coffee pot in the kitchen? Or the
As you
kettle?
start yeah, they've got a kettle. But as you start coming down the stairs to join Runava and them, you do see on a counter they have a little coffee drip.
Is it dripping?
Not currently, no. They have tea.
Yeah. Salik just like peeks his head in. Hey.
I'll say before you say hey, as you go to peek in, you like look at the kitchen and you see that and you're like, okay, and then you turn to like peek down properly to the rest of them. And you look down and sitting there almost like loafed, just watching from one of the stairs that you're peeking along is Zervi, just watching Runava and Nove.
He crouches down.
Uh,
Do you know what interrupt?
uh-uh.
Do you like watching them interact with their sibling?
Nods. And then he does a
Are you
little.
happy?
He goes, eh, and he like pats the step next to him, like he's like sit.
Are you happy for him?
Eh.
You're a good observer.
Eh.
They've got tea. They don't need coffee. I'll sit and watch.
You sit with Zervi for a minute.
He just sits there.
Enjoy a bit of observing. Zervi sits and watches, kind of like a proud parent.
Yeah. Salik like sits behind, just like looks down at Zervi with like a smile behind the mask, then looks down at seeing Runava and their sibling reading a book together and just, hey, Zervi.
Eh?
Have you ever seen them like this?
Uh-uh.
This is nice.
Nods again. And then Nove.
He just like, he reaches and starts petting Zervi.
Oh, you start petting Zervi, and Nove kind of just to Runava, just, do you want a snack or something? And on the stairs next to you, Zervi just
He like grabs Zervi and covers his mouth. Slides him away from the stairs. Not for you. Not for you. Be an observer.
does a single nod in your hand as you're like, not for you. Like he's like, I don't know.
I'll get you a snack later. Okay. Just keep
Nods
watching.
again.
Yeah, I want to learn what it is that you've been up to these last 30 years.
When you say it like that, I feel like not a lot. I read a lot. I've read this series 5 times.
Really?
There's only so many books in the tower.
Here, it's not exactly a written word book. I'll pull out my sketchbook.
They take it and they start looking through your sketches. As they talk to you a little about what they do, they help arrange the communications. They work with the artificers to help make machines that they've seen in their mind but don't know how to put together exactly. And it's very reminiscent of you, with how often you as Runava are like, ah yes, my old machine's like a communique and a railway car. They do this, they do that. And then people are like, how? And you go, I don't fucking know. The way we would describe our cell phone that communicates to satellites in space and then bounces back to a random tower, and it's like, how do they do that? And it's like, well, somehow. It's just, I think antennas are involved.
Electricity, maybe.
And as they're communicating with you and everything, and they bring over some more of those cookies that you had the night before. And they're just like, I bake. I only know how to bake 3 things. Zervi, not struggling to get out of your grip, but is just like, the moment it's like, I bake, they're like, oh, come on.
You are the strongest little man I have ever met.
I only know how to bake a few things. I can't make cake. Every time I try, it just falls apart.
One of these days, can I try with you? I don't
Sure.
know how to bake a cake either, but
I know how to make bread and these cookies, so I make bread and eat sandwiches a lot. If you open my icebox, I have half a dozen sandwiches I made that are just waiting for me to eat them.
can I mean, it won't be perfect, and I will be using Presto, but can I make you something? Sometime? It doesn't have to be today. I think we all need to do a little bit of catching up with the everything, tower and being here and all, but
We can go to the market and see what they have. You can make something. Sure.
yes.
And they kind of sit on the table and they pat your hand again. And as they're just sitting there, they just kind of like glance around to have a moment of like, ah, wow, like my sister's here. And they glance over the stairs. They just, you follow their gaze and you just see Selleck sitting there holding Zervi.
Our cover's been blown. Selleck turns invisible and there's just a floating Zervi.
Just still has a hand over his mouth. You just can't see it.
Good morning. Do you want breakfast?
Nodding really aggressively.
Selleck just takes Zervi and
Nodding.
Yeah.
Zervi's mouth opens and just. Oh, you want coffee? Oh, want coffee?
Nove like giggles. Every time they laugh, it turns into like a little bit of a cough and clear your throat sound. But it's genuine.
Zervi's arms just like when you like hold a cat and make them like dance. I'm really good at making coffee. Making Zervi dance.
What is he?
A little guy. Do you do you remember the Observer?
No.
That's me.
He was there was stories in our family that there would be a creature that watches us, keeps us protected. And that's him.
Aw.
Really strong.
Do you do protecting, little guy? Do you want a
pick it up.
cookie?
No, thank you.
He starts like gnawing as you're making him shake.
No, I hate cookies.
I'm getting mixed signals. Maybe you should have coffee first, and then you can decide.
Selic puts down Zerby, and then Selic like reappears, just sitting on the table, like sitting on the stairs. Just he wants a cookie.
Zervi immediately just runs up and then just shoots up your leg, Runava, and is on your shoulder. Just
Here you go.
Bouvet, do you want coffee?
I'm all right with my tea right now. I've done a lot of talking, so I don't think I should
That's
have
fair.
coffee.
That's fair. Do you mind if I use your kitchen to make some coffee for the rest of us?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And
He gets up like with his hands in his pockets, and he like shoots a glance over to Runava and then points a finger. Message. Zerby was very strong.
That's good. Zerva's the strongest after all.
Zerby, who's currently hollowing out a chocolate chip cookie.
And so it goes and sets up like his little things and starts making his coffee for everybody.
Okay. Nove does get up as you're making your coffee and starts just preparing breakfast.
He's like
The rest of
over
you.
on the side. What are you making?
Breakfast sandwiches, bacon and egg.
Ooh. There were possibility we can substitute egg for something.
Sure. Do you not eat eggs?
No, the really tall one that's pretty skinny. He's got a vendetta against eggs.
I'll put tomato on that one, I guess.
Yeah, he'd probably like that.
Bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
I
Oh
wanted to
god,
mention.
TBL.
What did you say, Ray?
I want to mention anytime Nove is doing anything, Runava is just watching them, almost as if they are afraid that if Nove leaves their eyesight, that they will be gone again.
And much to your surprise, they're not. Bella, you wake up to the smell of breakfast. Bacon, eggs, fruits, tea, coffee, all the aromas coming up the stairs not far from you. You look around and all the usual elves have not stayed here as you've continued sleeping. Vane is stirring as you wake up. Not so much of an early riser as you are, but the smell of breakfast getting to him also.
You said Squad 12 is here or not?
Squad 12 is here. They all slept in a little corner. Salt is already up. You see her sitting on the top of the stairs. Samuel is also waking up. Escatol is just like flopped across between both of their pillows, like.
I'm gonna wake Escatol up.
You go over, you give him a little shake to wake him up, and the moment you shake him, he goes from to hello, good morning.
Escatol, you gotta hurry for breakfast. They're not gonna. You should know by now. They ain't gonna leave little scraps for the little guy. You gotta get there first.
He like just springs, and as he springs, rather than springing to standing, he misjudges the distance and he shoots past Salt's shoulder down some of the stairs. So you literally see him just go and just And then you hear, and the rest of you see Eschatal just land on his feet on one of the stairs, but he just has so much momentum that he just.
Bella, would you like pizza rolls for breakfast? Okay.
I do. I want pizza rolls. God wants pizza rolls.
Well, he didn't ask God.
It's Selig over there just making coffee. Just Eschatal, where's the fire?
Eschatal standing up, just. Good morning. I'm Eschatal. Hello, Runava's sibling. Hi. I am the first of my squad to wake up and come down the stairs because I take this very seriously. Then you just, all of the rest of you downstairs here from the top of the steps just, hey. I know where you sleep. So does everyone else with ears.
I am going to open up the artery. First of all, I'm going to check if there's anything that happened overnight. And if not, I'm going to read it and like pretend like I'm writing things in it until everyone leaves the area where I'm at. So I can have a moment alone.
Vane would be the first or the last person up and moving. Vane, you wake up and Samuel and Salt have gone downstairs to join everyone else. The smells of breakfast are there. Bella's just scribbling in the artery nearby as you wake up.
Morning.
Oh, fuck. The rapture happened.
Yeah. Whatever's left of us are downstairs making breakfast. You should get up.
Got it. You see Vane like peel himself off the wall, basically. It's like he's clearly just not all here right now. Are you not coming? I thought you love breakfast.
Oh, I am. I love breakfast. Trust, I'm gonna be there. I'm checking in on something.
Okay, I think I'm gonna grab and go, take a walk, see what's going on with everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you want company?
It's not a big place. I'm sure you can find me.
All right. You're pretty flashy. That's true.
Yeah, just look for the guy that's got one arm and a massive purple cape.
Yeah.
Vane, like, he's like a limp down the stairs. Like he is so groggy right now.
Vane heads downstairs, and Bella, you're left to your devices.
Bella sits there and like looks around the room, hears the talking and the cooking downstairs, and starts to take this moment of being alone to kind of just think and like breathe and really take in everything that's happened in the last 24 hours, in the last 12 hours, and just thinks about the foundation and the fact that it knew her but not anyone else. And since coming to this side of the storm wall, everything has been just, even it feels like in the moments of calm and times between missions and quests, it feels as though things are just moving nonstop for her, at least in her perspective of things. Feels like there's never a chance to just be. And she thinks about it, and for some reason, the Foundation recognizing her seems like it is getting to her more than it usually would. I mean, she has talked to a god. She has learned stories of her close friends directly interacting with other gods and godlike beings, and so much crazy shit always happening. And just thinking about how different everything is from how her life was in Ubua, and she's breathing and catches herself as she takes a deep breath and stops herself from hyperventilating as Bella pulls herself back from what would be her first anxiety attack. And she opens the artery to the page where she wrote her last message, and seeing as there's no response yet, writes in, "Hey, by the way, have you ever heard of something called the Foundation that is sentient? Question mark in parentheses, like sentient, maybe." And that's it. And then I take a deep breath and head downstairs and get some breakfast.
Okay. You all have breakfast. It is quite pleasant. Very simple. For everybody but Ritz, it is legitimately just 2 or 3 strips of bacon, an egg, and some lettuce. Ritz, you just have the bacon, the lettuce, and the tomato. And there's tea, there's coffee that Selic made. And there are cookies, the same cookies you had last night. They're like a crispy chocolate chip that's a little more on the tough and crunchy side than it is on the soft and chewy side, but it's really yummy. You have your breakfast, and Vane, as he sort of munches through his plate real quick and downs his thing of coffee, gets up to go do his walk. As Bella's coming down the stairs to start her breakfast, so gives Bella a little one-handed salute.
Really just had to point out how many hands I salute.
All salutes are one-handed. No, I don't know why you're taking this personally.
Exactly. So why'd you have to designate that it was a one-handed salute?
Everybody out there with only one hand, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
I'm sorry, it actually wasn't intentional. It was just then you open the door and you head out. The town, I'll say, because city is definitely giving it too much credit. It's maybe like 8 city blocks packed into a circular shape. It's not big enough to be a city by any means. You're on a somewhat outer ring of the shape, but immediately it's busy. You see a couple of people down the road. You see one person coming out of their home on the opposite side of the street, a couple doors down. They close the door and everything, and then they turn and they see you, and they have a moment of like, they tilt their head and they just go like give you a big wave, like all excited.
Yeah, Vane basically immediately transitions into public-facing Vane of like, all right, be a showboat, Let him like to play to what's around you.
Okay. As you go on a walk, you make your way back towards that sort of center road that you came upon when you arrived here at first. And despite not being the biggest place, because it is so small, it feels busy. It feels almost as busy as the Cordways back in Cloudbreach, or some of the market district in Haven. It's not as quiet and tranquil as Kilby, but it's nowhere near as busy as the busiest times you've been to the markets. It's nice, it's alive, and everyone who you see has that same moment that the other person did, where they like look at you, process that you're new, and have a moment of just like, they wave or they turn to someone next to them and they're like, oh my god, like they talk and gesture. As much as you try and be sort of your casual, forward-presenting vein of like, all right, I'm just here, it's no big deal. There is, just from the behavior of everyone around you, you cannot avoid being an object of attention. You do your walk. There is an area that seems to be sort of a public courtyard closer towards the tower, where you see people meeting and talking and having breakfast. There's like one cafe set up that everyone's enjoying. And then there's a little sort of open air space where a building would be that is just filled with little stalls that you gather to be a market of some kind. It's got fruits and vegetables and little knickknacks and items and objects. But otherwise, this place is basically the tower and all residential, except for a few buildings just around that courtyard.
Sick.
There's water running through little canals next to the road that you see. It's all coming from up near the tower, where then out around the tower in a little circular courtyard it runs through. You see a couple of younger people who are kicking their feet in the water of the canal as they're just kind of sitting, having breakfast. And you see a bunch of people coming in and out of the tower, more in than out right now, but it's lively. As you do your little morning walk, the rest of you finish your breakfast. As you finish up, Nove, putting all of the various dishes in their sink, is just like, okay, we should go to the tower now. I always go in the morning, or usually earlier than now. My boss is probably wondering why I'm late.
So is the tower, like, you work there, but what exactly happens in there?
Everything. Research, study. If you're not working on agriculture, building things in the hills, you work in the tower.
Then, shall we?
And they nod, and they go over and they put their poncho on and they zip it up and they adjust their collar to make sure everything is tucked away.
Ritz, do you still have that that investigative journal?
I never let it go.
You should, as we're walking around, like, use it, be taking notes in it, and have some stuff to report back to Mr. Black.
Oh. This would be a good place to report.
And above the table, also be able to use the cool features of it by using it for 10 minutes plus and stuff. As we're walking around.
I'll do that.
Samuel and Salt and Escatal have a little powwow while you guys are all getting ready. And Salt's the rest of you is like, we're gonna go check out the hills that they just mentioned. Escatal is really curious about the vegetables and the fields. Escatal's sitting back there like, yeah, totally. I like farming.
Just be careful, because a lot of things can be in fields.
Why are you like this?
Wait, come here, guys. I like gesture for me and Squad 12 to like step just out of earshot, like to talk to them real quick.
They just step aside with you as everybody is like walking out of the house and Nove is locking up.
Y'all okay?
We kind of want to get like a lay of the land away from people. We're in a big like basin, but is there a normal way in or a normal way out? Or are there other defining landmarks and features other than the tower? So, you know, we're going to go figure that out while you guys have your communing with Lord Carmichael.
All right. Well, I know they said it. I mean, Selleck says it sometimes kind of jokingly, but he also does mean it, and I mean it too. Be safe. We don't know what's out there, but if anything happens, shout. Just loud as you, Escatal, shout loud as you can if something happens.
I'm good at that. Quite good at
Okay.
shouting when I'm in danger.
Right.
Salt nods. Just for someone so small, he has very impressive lung capacity.
Try and be back here, I guess, at sunset.
If we don't find anything fun, we'll just come to the tower and find you guys. If you're in trouble, yell, shout.
Of course.
Blow something up. I don't know. You guys are really good at being noticeable.
It's Selleck has that one the cantrip, thaumomancy. He can make his voice real loud.
Salt just like it's like thaumomancy. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Right. Well,
have a good one, Bella. Of course. You can tell that she's. Well, I say Bella can't tell, but UK would be able to tell if you were there that she's holding back so hard from giving you shit about that.
I'll get him back to the group.
They'll turn and leave. And you guys, the rest of the group, you guys following Nove as they head towards the tower.
Yes. I'm going to try and I'm going to be very Bella's going to be very enraptured by the city. Like, just is slightly slower than the group is, like taking in all of the sights completely. And I'm going to DM you, Cry, what I'm going to do.
Okay.
But continue.
Okay. You guys do pretty easily find Vane because the city is small and the only place of interest you have to walk through to get to the tower. We'll say though, Vane, in the time they arrived between leaving and you walking around, this place is very nice. It's very pleasant. There are a few people who give you sideways looks because they don't know you, but more often than not, like I said, you get a wave and some level of excitement. At one point, you do have a lady who just kind of walks up to you out of the market as you're kind of meandering by and gathering everything and just. Hello!
Hi.
You're a new face! Haven't seen a new face here in years!
I am. Me and my whole squad.
A whole squad, there's a whole bunch of them! Turns back to the market, we got a whole bunch of them! And like a couple of people at the manning the stalls or like in the aisle are just like, hey! Hey! Just, that's so exciting! What brings you here?
One of my squad mates was looking for their sibling, and they found him.
Family!
Yes. Lovely end.
Oh! That's so nice! I haven't seen my older brother in, I think, 30 years. 40, maybe. They're a half-elf, so that doesn't seem like it's heartbreaking. Ah! That's so nice! Well, hello. You can call me Daisy May.
Hi, Daisy. My name's Vane.
Nice to meet you.
I'm curious about this place. We had met Jan when we had first come in, and I can't help but wonder.
Yawn. Oh, Yawn, yes. Hello, Yawn.
I can't help but wonder. It seems like this place is, I mean, basically just focused on the big tower in the center.
Basically, we've got a few other buildings of infrastructure out on like the edges where they handle food and lumber and, you know, like bottling water and making stuff we need like furniture, but most of like our day-to-day stuff happens in the tower or here in the courtyard. This is kind of the place everyone shows up to hang out. There's not a whole lot of us. Maybe a few thousand, I think, at most. That might even be pushing it, but it's one of those things where if you don't know a person, you've seen a person, which is probably why everyone's looking at you like you're an alien.
I mean, I tend to attract eyes either way.
You're pretty flashy.
Yeah. What? I am so curious because obviously we came here looking for my friend's sibling. How? I mean, thousands of you. How did you know to find this place?
Well, some of us came along when Carmichael first established the place. I wasn't one of those. I was smuggled over to the New World by you might have heard rumor of her, the Tide Striker. She's real.
She sure was.
Was?
Let's just say that meeting her is a big reason why we're meeting you all now.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, so some of us were smuggled over and we didn't really have a place to go because, you know, we weren't supposed to be here, so we couldn't go to any of the places the commission was. And we tried to start our own little towns or villages or sneak our way into Haven one way or another. And eventually we, you know, ended up seeing the tower in the distance and feeling its call, and we came here. Now we live in the basin. Others were brought here. The overseer, Lord Carmichael, he goes out every now and then, and he just, if he encounters people out in the wider world who he thinks would enjoy their time here, he invites them. And, you know, slowly over the decades, we've grown from a few hundred to, well, I don't know the exact number. You'd have to ask him.
You said you felt the pull. We felt something similar, but obviously we were very explicitly seeking the tower. What did it feel like for you?
To be quite honest with you, there are some people who might describe it as this deep and rapturous experience. For me, I think it was mostly just I was in the desert and was thinking it was heat stroke. And then I followed the only sign of civilization I could see, and I was at a tower.
I can't fault you for that. I'm not exactly a big fan of the heat.
Oh, I can't imagine so. Given how flashy you dress, I imagine you have to take off quite a few layers when you get into the heat.
You have no idea.
Oh, look! More new faces! There's squad, right? And she gestures over, and that's when the rest of them are coming up the roadway towards you, following Nuve.
That's them. And the sibling that we found.
Oh! As you guys come walking up to
No.
this person talking, just and then just Nove just waves. And just, hi. They immediately turn to Runava. This is your sibling. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. And buys their flower from me. We're old friends.
Huh?
Nove just. Nove. Oh! Your name is Nove. Hello, Nove. Turns to the market and just, everyone, its name is Nove. And there's a little, like again from just everybody.
That's so sweet.
They all just turn back and just, well, I've never seen you out and walking about this late into the morning. And Nove's just like, I'm late. Oh, of course you are. Look at your sister here. Look at her sweet face. Like, she immediately, Daisy May, like, comes over, just like pats your face. Runava is just like, look at this face. Do you really want to go to work over getting to spend more time with her? Nove's like, I have to at least explain why I'm not in. Oh. This one will work themselves to death. I swear it. Don't nod like that's true. Don't nod like that has some
very
sort of
true.
foundation.
It's fine.
You
She's a
are
hypocrite.
always... Nove was always awake before everybody else so that they could go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
Knew
work
it.
less. You have to work less.
They just like blushing or just like, let's go. let's go to work. Not work, to talk to my let me show you my let's go.
As like Nove is shuffling everyone along, he like Vane turns to Daisy May and puts on the fucking act. It's just, it was lovely to meet you, Miss Daisy. I hope to see you around a little bit more, and thank you so much for all of you being so welcoming.
Oh, of course. No. The nice thing about being picked to be let in is that you already have a baseline that you can kind of trust people when they show up here. So it's easy to sort of let down some of your walls and just be happy to be, you know?
Right.
If you need anything, come back by. And she just like waves as you guys start walking off.
Will do.
And as you guys walk through the courtyard, a couple more people like do waves at you, and there's clearly chit chatter about you. Nove does like a little wave at a couple of people as they walk by. A few of them who like will wave back and then immediately start clearly gossiping about like, whoa, look, there's people. Nove is and brought people. As you guys are walking, as Nove is getting across a bridge, there is a krung sound that suddenly echoes out across the basin, just krung 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 krung, and it's like everything stops. Everyone kind of moves to a slower pace or stops what they're doing as they look up at the streetlights, the little orbs on the streetlights, which you notice have just let the flames in them die out, and the orb itself, like the glass, seems to resonate to make sound as you hear just, hello, good people of Tide Basin. It's me, your morning voice. Happy to hear you. Happy to see you. Well, you're hearing me. I'm seeing you out of my window. Give me a wave if you want. And you see a couple people wave up at the tower and just, Today, we can expect sunny skies, chance of clouds later in the evening. Want to give a congratulations to... hang on, I have this here. Want to give a congratulations to Stu and Daisy on their recent outreach of crops. Thanks to their hard work, we've got enough flour to make bread for 6 months. Everyone give it up for the two of them. And a few people actually do like little claps. Just also very exciting. I'm sure you've all heard, the rumors are everywhere. We have some new faces in the basin this morning. A group of Stormridden from the Commission have found their way here. Be sure to give them a warm welcome. Don't be too overbearing, though. I'm sure they don't want to get cold feet. And then they go through a few other little updates. They say a couple of people's birthdays, and immediately people in the crowd will be like, "Oh, it's so-so-so's birthday!" Like, wow. Da, da, da. And they're just like, and that is today's update. See you all tomorrow morning. And then there's the ding. Nobody just nods as you're pointing, just like, yeah, that's my friend.
You used to do that.
I wish.
No, that would... Every morning for like 70 years.
It looks like they're like reminiscing about a memory that isn't theirs. Like when you sit and ruminate on a daydream you wish was real.
That's what a communique host does.
That would be really nice.
Just reach over and I'll hold one of their hands in both of mine and give it a squeeze.
You guys follow them as they move on, cross that little bridge that Runava, you've seen them cross a couple of times in your scrying, and head into the tower. As you guys all follow them in, the moment you cross the threshold of the tower, immediately the temperature is nicer, and all the sound from outside from the courtyard is muffled. Even though it is just an open archway. The moment you walk in, it is just... There are people moving around. There are two big spiral staircases that go up either side to another floor above, and another that goes down. Nove's just like, I'm on the 4th. But someone will probably want to talk to you first. And you turn. There's a woman who is currently just casually feeding little crackers to a pair of parrots that are on a little pedestal. And as you guys come in, she just turns, oh, hello, hi, hello. And good to see you. And Anne's just, Nove. Oh, I'd heard that it was, I didn't want to believe the rumors, but are they really all here for you? They kind of like shrug, like, kind of. Well, hello there. Hi. She comes around and reaches a stretched out hand. She's clearly either half dwarven or gnomish. She's a very small human woman with some sort of ancestry of a short race. As she comes around to shake everybody's hands. You could call me Juju.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Vane.
Hi, Juju.
You shouldn't go introducing yourself by your character flaws.
Vayne.
He gets it. He gets it.
That's good. That's
Thank
good.
you.
I didn't even think about that one. I'm keeping that.
Do you want me to send a message on up to his on high? And Nove nods and just, all right, give me 1 second. And she just, come here, girl. And one of the parrots flies over. Just, can you go find Bartimaeus and have Bartimaeus just let Carmichael know that the new guests are here? And the parrot just lets out a little, ah! And she throws it up and it just,
Dude,
there we go.
do you have one that's job it is to be pet?
All of them have the job to be pet. Come here, boy.
I'd like to
And the other
hire a
parrot-
service.
Here you go. It just climbs off of her finger onto your hand.
It's in my hand. It's on my hand. Look, he just like holds it up to Runava's face.
That one's name is Ahab. The one that just left, his name is Tomb.
You can't.
They
do
have
shit.
two.
Hello.
Can't do that.
I name him after this old merchant I used to know in Uboa. He had the cutest little bird.
It's very
Have
nice
I
to
met
meet you,
Ahab?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh.
No.
Vane
Bella,
kind of.
You've probably heard the name Ahab from Family and the Finest, and just when they're talking about important friends of theirs, but you don't know Ahab.
Bella, I need you to talk to Ahab.
Hi there. I speak with animals.
Just, hello.
Your name is Ahab. Do you know that?
Yeah. Parrots are very intelligent creatures. I can say my name. And out loud for all of you here, just, Ahab.
Oh,
Whoa.
Ahab,
that's
pretty boy.
awesome. Oh, you are a pretty boy.
Thanks, I know. That's why I say it.
So I
Mad
can
Where'd
at
you want
those,
me
just,
to
right?
talk to?
speak with people.
What'd you want me to talk to him about?
What's up?
Did you want me to say anything specific to him?
No.
Oh, I can
I just
only do
wanted
this
you to-
once per day.
Yeah, I didn't say talk with him. I more like talk at him like you normally do.
You got to be more specific.
I get the feeling you guys
future.
didn't really plan this out.
I didn't think you'd just blow it all on one parrot.
I trusted
Didn't he
you. I
ask
thought you
you to
had
do it?
something. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Ahab. Ahab's on my side.
Yeah.
I'm not taking sides. I don't know either of you well enough for that.
Ahab just told me he's on my side.
Oh, you're a
Ahab,
liar.
Ahab, did you say that?
Ahab didn't say that. I'm lying.
Oh. Anyway,
I can't.
The
I
rest
can't
of
lie
you-
to you.
I said I
the rest
needed
of
you
you-
to talk to it because I think you need to hold and talk to them because they're sweet.
The rest of you hear him just like, Ahab, kiss, kiss.
I take
Bella,
him.
you hear him just like, I'm a good boy. Can I have kisses and crackers?
I give him a little kiss.
Yay! Noah, get your hand up.
While this is going on, Vane kind of leans over to Nove and just goes, I can't quite figure out. What does everybody see Carmichael as here?
He's like like a nice guy that let us all stay in his house.
Gotcha. I just can't tell sometimes if they're joking when they talk about the man on high.
Oh, it's kind of a joke. He doesn't really take himself that seriously.
It's kind of refreshing.
And,
Don't worry, Bella. I can cast Speak with Animals if we need it.
well, he could have done it himself, and he made you use your one time.
What do you say?
Don't tell him I said that. I get the feeling I'm causing drama.
You're muted, Kay.
Oh, Bella's like really sadly, just like nothing important.
Why didn't you think has anything important to say?
I have a lot of important things to say. I like food.
He has a lot of important things to say.
I send messages. Those are always important.
He sends messages. Those are always important.
That's true. He does send messages, and they are very important. Juju just nodding.
Well, looks like you talked to a very important parrot today.
The other parrot suddenly just down and lands on its little mount.
VIP.
With a raven that comes down and lands next to it. And just you went and fetched Bartimaeus. Wonderful. Hello, Bartimaeus. Good morning.
How did Bartimaeus?
Everyone, this is Bartimaeus. This is Carmichael's personal familiar.
Oh, I can't talk to him.
You can talk to me.
I can't specifically only talk to him. Never mind. Hi, Bartimaeus. Nice to know you know common.
Come along, follow me. And he takes off just to the stairs. Nobody's like, I'm gonna go talk to my boss friend. Go. They squeeze Runava's hand. Go talk to Carmichael. I'll make sure my desk is clean when you come back down. I'll be embarrassed if you see it like this.
Don't worry. I know how messy your desk can get.
I don't, though.
Give their hand one last squeeze. They look a little. Runava looks a little bit like a sad cat.
Yes. Follow Bart. Bella, you still hear Ahab talking, so just bye, rude guy.
I dropped Speak with Animals. Yeah, he did. He did. That's actually, good. Yeah. Bella, I was gonna say Bella, like before Selic and Bella start walking off, like as the crow
fuck this parrot.
As the crow like is like follow me, like whatever, and I'll just look down at Ahab, look back up at the crow, look to Selic, just like damn.
It's a raven, you goddamn twit.
That's a good reference.
I look to Selic and I'm just like, damn. I really am putting the L in Bella today.
Why?
You've only made it worse. I start walking away.
What's happening? What's happening? Looks over at Ritz.
In all my years being alive, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Me neither.
I should write this down.
Selic writes in his book, mention spell next time you want Bella to talk to an animal.
Bella like had that moment like above the table. Bella was like, oh man, I'm really flubbing things up here. Like I feel like I keep picking the wrong dialogue options. Here, I'll tell a joke. Selic likes jokes. Selic didn't get the joke. If Bella walked away with the energy of like the fucking such a fat fucking chud.
good.
Oh my god. It's fucking killed me. You guys. Whew. Follow Bartimaeus up the stairs. He takes you up only a single flight of stairs, and suddenly you guys see that you were walking out into like a library-esque room, but the moment you step up the last step, you just whoom, are in an office. And instead of a window that looks like it's out onto the roofs of the buildings, you just see a window that looks out onto the sky. And you just see Carmichael at a desk, just casually writing something in a book. And he just, ah! Well. Good to see you. Come on in. Take a seat. There's enough chairs, I assure you. More of them show up if you want to sit down.
Oh, so this is the place we saw you.
Well, yes and no. You saw me in an identical office, in an identical tower, in a whole other part of the world, many, many years ago.
How many?
Gosh, at this point, 40.
Damn.
I know you popped in on a night when I was working on all sorts of research and digging into various mysteries, and I thought you were some sort of scrying eye or ghost or spirit that was out to grab my soul or my secrets from me. Turns out you were just a wayward astral projection. Fated to meet me that time and that place.
Wait, so you don't remember it as part of the vision, you remember it as if it were 40 years ago.
No, it wasn't part of the vision. It had happened. I almost plucked him right out of the ethereal plane.
What?
You mentioned in the dream that we all sort of shared that you saw other visions of the rest of you. I presume he was actually there for those also. He just wasn't in a state that you would be able to see or interact with.
I'm more just so confused because I didn't think, because it should have just been, I thought it was just a dream and we were just, like looking on a memory. Wait, what?
Why have you never brought this up to me? These feelings like this. Pretty real. I lived it.
Because I thought it was just a vision. I didn't think it was actual fucking time travel.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just a vision. Maybe he was just actually there on the ethereal plane watching you and he was remembering it.
My head hurts.
Welcome into the basin. How did you all enjoy your first night?
Interesting place you got here. Everyone's so
Runava,
nice.
you seem a bit lighter.
I'd like to once again express my gratitude for taking care of Nove for these years.
Don't worry. Take care of everyone who's here. Don't really see a reason not to. I've got the resources. I might as well. As for the rest of you, well, you seem quite curious. You seem quite curious. You seemed to like the birds, and gestures at Bella. Just you seem a little on edge.
Unfamiliar place.
Fair enough. Well, I'm here to answer any and all questions you might have. Throw them at me. I'm ready. I got geared up. I wrote a script for this. It's not true. I'm lying.
Why did you never make yourself known to any other people of this side of the Stormwall?
I value my privacy. Quite greatly, in fact.
So you do like a screening of anybody who comes by?
Yeah, essentially. the tower already back on Mage's Isle had strange effects to it. It was difficult to enter if the owner of the tower didn't want you to come in, and seems like building it here in the New World just made it stronger, probably because I wanted to make it stronger, but wasn't really intentional, I guess.
And you let us in here because you knew us, and
Oh, yes. But there are others who get the summons of the tower. I'm sure you've heard plenty of rumors and stories of people out in the desert who looked on the horizon and saw it. If they followed it eventually, they'd show up and pop in, and if they were right of mind and right of soul, I'd let them stay if they want.
so people do come and go.
A few people do, yeah. There's a few members of your commission who come and do a little bit of business with us on the assurances that they never reveal that information to anybody else. I also do, and this might make you think lesser of me, have dealings with Haven. It's only so much lumber that you can get from trees grown here in the desert, so the woods are something I do have to occasionally intrude upon.
Then are you going to tell us to swear by the secrecy as well?
Well, I mean, at this point, your boss knows where we are also, and knows that I exist, so kind of up shit creek without a paddle as far as that's all concerned. If you went back and told him you had no idea how to get here or where it was, he'd probably distrust me even more than I'm sure he already does. So, let's say you're the first of a brand new group of exceptions.
That's good.
I want to use detect thoughts with my notebook.
Ooh. Okay. Use detect thoughts on Carmichael. He immediately it's just like you get the thought of just like, fuck, I'm gonna have the commission bearing down on me for taxes and bullshit. So, yes, I like my privacy, especially after my last job and how that all went. Feel a lot more comfortable being in absolute control of who knows where I am and where I'm going.
Has anyone come over here that you didn't like that found their way in? Is that even possible?
In the mind reading immediately, you just have to like, his thoughts just, damn it, I'm gonna have to talk about this. And then out loud you just, well, we've had a few who've shown up who've been less than savory types after originally seeming like they were on level with me. And I've used the modify memory spell to quite good effect when need be. There are probably a couple of Stormridden you guys might have even bumped into who'd found the tower at some point in the past and just don't know. And they just won't know for a while, so. Or ever, really. It's gone. It's really easy when you have a tower that mysteriously vanishes that people think is fake to just, modify people's memory to think that they got lost in the desert for a few days and then throw them out. Makes policing the basin pretty simple. You break any rules or fuck up too hard and you just don't get to come back.
Why do you want these people here?
Why do I want people here?
I mean, you value privacy and seem content with your tower.
Yeah, I value my privacy. I'm not a sad introvert. I'm agoraphobic, not antisocial.
Oh, you and William Black would get along great.
I'm not actually agoraphobic. No, I like going out. I've gone to Haven, I've gone to Cloud Breach, I disguise myself, I go on a little teleport binge, I see the world, I come back home. No, I just... Ritz, in your mind, you just... How do I explain to them how secretive I am without seeming suspicious? Now loud, he just... I used to have a job that required me to be very clandestine. Sort of second nature for me to keep things subtle and quiet, and it's one of the reasons why I was so good at that job, but it's also one of the reasons why now that I've broken away from it, I just prefer to do things without regulation and warrant.
Something about Martin, I believe was the name.
Yep. Ah, yes, Holdmaster Martin. Martin Everoon. He was my direct supervisor, boss, commander, I guess you could say. Then he went kind of crazy and tried to bring about the apocalypse, and I got the hell out of Dodge.
What did he want you to do? What was your role?
I mean, he, admittedly, between you, so you've all heard of the Endless Night, right? The Endless Night involved a
I was
ritual.
born during it.
Oh, that's fun. The Endless Night itself involved a ritual. A number of magical artifacts and steps had to be made. The planes had to be brought out of sync, and then a whole separate issue with entering the realm of dreams had to be done. All of it was on a theoretical level when I worked with Martin to figure it out, but then he actually did it, so... But yes, that's I was part of his secretive group that dealt with magical threats and prepared for all sorts of things, including the Endless Night. Sorry, that's on me slightly. But you know, just one of those things. In your mind, where it's just, fuck, I did not explain that well at all. I need to make them like me. Just...
You know, I
If
looked into you.
Yeah. Go ahead. You didn't find anything, did you?
Jack shit, actually. Like you
That
never
sounds about
existed.
right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
How?
In the kind of job that I did before, not being known was the first step of the entire job. You all might have heard the term in recent years. After all, it's a lot less secretive of a group. If you heard the phrase Inquisitor.
Yeah, they're one of the ones that blew the fucking Westwood to shit, didn't they?
An Inquisitor did. Not me. But, yes. I was one of a small select group known as the Imperial Inquisitors. I, alongside some of my other companions, worked directly under Martin to do secretive things. I'm a magic spy. I'm a magic spy is what it is. In your mind, where it's just like, I have to make this, I have to spin this somehow. I have to seem cool. I have to seem like they'll like me. I want them to trust me. I gotta level here without playing all my cards. Just...
Ritz is like, he's just kind of in like thinking motion. Every time he hears him think, he's just like,
No, one of the other Inquisitors, one of the youngest ones, he went off and did all that Westwood stuff. That was around the time I was leaving because, you know, the impending apocalypse and all of that. Presumably all the other Inquisitors left too. I don't think there's a single one of our original batch that's still alive or working with the Empire.
How would we know?
How would we know? To my knowledge, well, there's the one that attacked the Westwood, dead. There was the hunter,
What happened to him?
dead. Oh, I don't know. Turned into a salamander or a toad or something by elves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then there's Litha, the hunter, dead on a mission. Wiz. I don't know what happened to her.
What was that one?
Fwiz. It's quite the name, I know. Fuiz, Fwiz. She's probably dead. Yeah, no, I might be the last one. I think they might all be dead.
Above the table earlier, Bella's like trying to get him to mention the finest, so she can be like, "I know them." It's like she's not gonna like bring it up like without, But if he
Ritz.
brings it up,
As he goes through the list of them in his head, he's just like, he says dead to each of you, but he gets to the first one and he's like, I think he might be dead. He might just be a frog. And the next one, it's like, definitely not dead. Definitely faked his own death. Gets to the next one and just like, she in the Underdark? Shit, she's in the Underdark. She might come here. That's not good. Well, he goes through it all and then just, yeah, complicated situation. So, Ritz, I'll say you, because detect thoughts only lasts for a minute, so I'll say it falls apart around now. So you just, any questions for me now that you know I was a magic spy for the Empire that rules over most of the old world? I got stories. I got things. Or you can ask me about the Basin or the New World. I know all sorts of stuff about this. I've been here a while.
Yay, pretty close to the Echo Crowns. You figured
I
out anything
am.
that we haven't?
That place is quite the anomaly. It's very interesting. I personally have done a lot of research up there. Haven't managed to crack it, but that's fine. I have various artifacts and relics I've claimed from it if you ever want to go looking through them. They're in the research library.
are you like a wanted criminal?
Oh, for sure. Stonekeeper Empire, if I went back there, they would either throw me a parade or they'd kill me on the spot.
What about on this side of the wall?
No, I've mostly stayed to myself. I don't think there are any governments that know well enough that I'm here to brandish me as a criminal.
Okay.
I've tried to sort of stay under the radar. As previously stated, my last job was all about staying under the radar, but then my boss decided to end the world, so I was sort of thrown out the window without my input.
Why did you become an inquisitor?
Access to unlimited resources for research and information, and all I had to do was help make spells every now and then for the government, and occasionally, go help them apprehend a wizard that had gotten too big for his britches. Seemed like a pretty good deal for me. Plus, like I said, I was really good at being sneaky and under the radar, and that's exactly what the job needed. So it was a no-brainer until it was a felony.
Are you... How do we know How...
Do you know
I
you
know
trust
that
me?
it's more specific than that. It's just... Will you Will you side with Haven if they choose to go against Cloud Breach again? If they give you a good enough offer?
Between you and me, I'm saying the hell out of it. I don't have anything I really need from Haven. If they decide to, you know, the various merchants that I do work with, if they decide to no longer support the basin, I can get my trees from other places. It'll be more work, it'll be more obnoxious, but I don't need to go to war for anybody.
Okay.
The same does go for Cloud Breach, though. If you guys decide to fight Haven, don't expect the basin to show up and help you. Well, the basin might show up to help you. Don't expect me to show up to help you. My days of dropping meteors on people's heads for the government when they can't solve their own problems with diplomacy are far and over.
Did you ever try to stop those heroes?
Ever try to stop those heroes? Oh, the
Yes.
finest that I ever... Well, I did in fact encounter the finest one time. I don't think they realized who I was. You might not know this thanks to the propaganda, but they were in fact pirates. They did in fact pirate my ship that I was on when I was leaving Mage's Isle. And they did in fact kill several people on board. And I did my very best to fight back, but at some point it just really wasn't worth the effort, so I just left.
I'm sure they had a good reason.
Okay. Everybody always does.
Bella, who this is not a surprise to her, as she was growing up, Lotus was still actively a pirate.
Yeah, Lotus is still actively a pirate.
Even beyond that, it's just, well, they were the Empire, man. We hated those motherfuckers.
Oh, no.
I'd pirate them again.
Yeah, I'd do it now.
I'd do it again. I don't feel bad about it one bit.
Hell, we did do it again.
All in all, my life was complicated and interesting and entertaining and an absolute shit show, and eventually it reached a point of no return, so I threw it all away and came to the New World. So I guess that doesn't make me much different than a lot of the people in the Commission. I just have a nicer house.
So what now? Like what do you want now? What do you do? Like what is your like prerogative?
Study, primarily. I'm a wizard, so it's kind of my forte.
But like do you have like something you're striving for?
I do. You're right on the money. He stands up finally. This is probably not going to come as a surprise to all of you, as I'm aware via dreams that you know a little bit more than the average pair. He pulls a book off a shelf. I want to find the other moons.
Oh.
A long time ago, I found records in the Underdark that talked about 3 moons over the world. And ever since, I've been obsessed. It seems like civilization upon civilization in the old world have ground away any evidence that you might find. They slowly wear it away like the edges on a stone till the past is smooth and round without flaw or feature. Here, though, there's so much potential. Here there is every chance that I could find more, and I have. So that's sort of my pet project. Find more about the moons and the kingdom that came before. What is it that your group calls them? The kingdom of
Moonlight.
Moonlight. There it is.
Sorry, he said he read about the moons in a book, or what did he say?
Yeah, he said he found a book in the Underdark that
In the
indicated there were used to be 3 moons.
You found a book in the Underdark?
Yes, I did.
Where?
old temple to an old archdevil.
Oh,
So
interesting.
he pulls a book out and he blows a little bit of dust off of it. He sets it down on the desk in front of you all and opens it. And sure enough, there is a depiction of the sky with multiple moons. This isn't the original book. This is a copy that I made because the original book was so deteriorated, but yeah, many decades ago, back when I was just a regular old Inquisitor, regular old Joe, like everybody else, I found this, and that's when I really became... whew.
I don't think a government spy can say regular old Joe.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You want all this
Don't get what?
information, you're
Yeah.
just like our very own William Black, and yet you still have no interest in interacting.
I mean, I'm fine if I interact with him. I just generally don't have an interest in interacting with a lot of people. It's kind of a character flaw of mine. Very charismatic, but not necessarily, how do I explain this? I'm very, I don't want to say narcissistic. I am smarter than most people. And I don't like to be bogged down by trying to have other people keep up. So I do most of my research on my own.
Right, so you think you can keep up with the man who's just got a perfect memory?
Perfect memory doesn't mean perfect brain. Although it is a very interesting addendum. It's good to know. Could use that.
He wants to have a reason to trust you.
Well, trust is one of those things that you just kind of have to decide.
To be fair, we weren't even entirely sure that you were here.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, you did know I was in a tower in the north, but you didn't know it was this tower in the north.
I think you two could be allies, if you wanted to be.
I think I could be allies with anybody if I wanted to be. It's one of the great things about being human. You can
I think you should be, because you both want to figure out what's going on.
There you go. Now you're saying what you're thinking.
You both want to figure out what's going on with the Kingdom of Moonlight. I'm not saying that you gotta go and get tea every day, but at the end of the day, if we have the two smartest people on this side of the wall working together instead of working separately, you might be smart, but God, you're not gonna be smarter than two people.
Also, it means I can visit Nove.
Also, that selfish reason. That sounded way worse than I meant to do.
Hey, nothing wrong with a selfish request, especially one that's so genuine. I'm happy to share notes with Lore Master William Black. Long have I looked on him from afar and wondered what thoughts ran around in his head.
Agoraphobia, mostly.
I'll cast again. I have to roll for this though.
What item are you using to cast it? The
The notebook.
the notebook?
As in the
I'll be
movie.
able to cast it again.
What'd you roll?
Oh, I was waiting. I wasn't sure if you were reading or not.
Okay, yeah.
14.
All right. Your book doesn't explode into useless tatters. You cast detect thoughts. And in the
Ritz
brain.
does it and it fucking explodes after Bella told him to write notes for William Black. It's the fucking dude, you ruined it.
You detect his thoughts again. And he's just like, I really have to share my notes with that guy. Can't hide anything from someone who remembers everything, which means I have to reveal all of my thoughts. Well. Then Ritz in his head just, this will definitely get them to trust me more. All right, fine. I'm willing to share notes with the lore master. I'm even willing to help set up a teleportation circle. I've got one. It's already established, or I guess I would just have to make a connection to Cloudbreach.
Vane has a moment where he like perks up and he's like, I mean, I was just trying to get you guys to speak, but I mean, hey.
You got compelling points, kid. What can I tell you?
Well, that and we can be of help to each other. We're headed to the Echo Crowns. You want more information about that?
I mean, anything you're willing to give will make me happy.
End of the day, we work for the commission. You make friends with William, then, you know, our information can go through William to you, and trust gets established.
Ritz, you hear, I can use this. I can use and just, all right. Let me give you one little tidbit here, though. When you go into the Echo Crowns, whatever you think you have, whatever skills, abilities, powers, history, it won't mean anything. You can walk into the Echo Crowns, a high elf wizard, and suddenly find yourself a gnomish rogue.
That sounds mildly familiar.
Yeah?
Continue.
Well, Ritz in your brain just, wonder what that she meant by that. Curious. It's one of the reasons why it's so hard to get through. Sometimes you walk through and you're yourself the entire time. The weather's nice and you're just wandering around some hills. Other times you walk in and you're 4 feet taller with a whole new disposition on life. Sometimes you encounter people who aren't real. Sometimes you encounter things that aren't real. Sometimes you walk through time and space and find yourself right back where you started after weeks.
But it's not wild magic.
Nope, not wild magic. It's a barrier of some kind to the north. It's like the land itself does everything it can to keep you from going any further.
Like here.
And you can't. Well, not from right here. You can get all the way up
like
to the
here.
Echo Crown. Oh, like here. Well, kind of. Maybe. In your head, Ritz, just like, I have to make them think this is the first time I've ever thought of that. It's a pretty good idea. Maybe you could research that a bit for me. That can be your first task. See if it's any similar disposition to the tower.
Any idea who might be in charge of it?
Of the Echo Crowns? Not a clue. From what I've gathered from old documents and the sort, I think there used to be a city there, but what exactly it did and why it ended up the way it currently is, I don't know.
So you don't know anything about the kingdom?
Oh, I know a few things. I know that it spanned both continents. It had a capital in the north. Their king was Osmandius. They were incredibly advanced to the point that their day-to-day life was the kind of things you would expect high-level casters access to. Flying machines that took anyone and everywhere. Generally speaking, I think that the disappearance of the moons is related to depictions in their documents of a war with perhaps even the Pantheon themselves. Ritz, as he's saying all of this in your brain, you get just... I don't know if I can tell them everything yet, but I'll give them just enough that they're curious.
So you don't think the person that they regarded as their god king could still be alive and might be the gatekeeper?
Well, I mean, maybe, but if he's really an ancient god king with power enough to warp time and space for the Echo Crowns, he's an even sadder introvert than me and William Black, because where the hell is he?
Osmandius is a fun fact. He was an Aasimar.
Oh. You get Ritz just... So I guess they do know more than I think that they do. Why do you say that?
Investigation. He's an Aasimar wizard.
And where did you investigate? What sort of information did you dredge up?
Artifacts. Magically imbued artifacts that he had touched and cast a spell signature on.
Well, if you can let me take a look at those, I would love that. It would be a real big help. I mean, expanding the olive branch and everything here. Far better than just sharing notes. I have a whole slew of magical research artifacts and spells that I could cast. So...
It's a little more complicated than that, but we can talk about it.
All right. I'll hold you to that. For now, enjoy the basin. Enjoy your time here. Cafe makes great coffee. The food is pretty good, if not simple. Yes, Kay?
What is Bella? She's like, what,
Yes,
there's just maybe two questions that I had that might sound simple, but I guess is important to note. Does time pass the same here as it does outside?
Yes, it does.
And how do we leave?
Oh, you just walk to the edge of the basin with the intent to leave.
And will we be able to come back?
Yep. Just walk back to the tower with the intent to come to the tower. It's really rather simple, actually. It's a very...
How close do we have to be to the tower?
Couple of miles.
But the tower's always moving.
It seems like it's moving. It's not actually moving.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
a mental trick. It makes it easier to hide.
Do you think you could like draw on our maps sort of like the circle of area we would have to be in?
Yeah, I think I could do that for you.
I hand him my map of the desert.
Hey, all right. You hand him the map. He sets it down on the desk, and a pen just comes up and starts circling it like he's not holding it. He just walks over to his raven and just Bartimaeus flutters over and just keep an eye on them. If they need anything, let me know, folks. Bartimaeus' ear is my ear. Like I said, if you need anything, just let him know. And he just flutters over and lands on Bella. Just hello.
Hello, Bartimaeus.
Hello.
Sorry if I seemed a little despondent earlier when I talked to you.
Ahab has that effect.
Carmichael, I'm curious. You don't seem to have many
Ritz.
questions for us.
I'll say your detect thoughts goes down again. Just questions for you? Well, I mean, I have a number of them, but if I asked you every single question I had for you right now, A, I would seem really overbearing, and B, I don't think you'd be very comfortable around me anymore, and above all, I don't want to ruin the family reunion on day one.
Right.
Do you have any questions for me?
A few.
Like
Question
what?
for all of you. You want me to ask
Throw one at me.
throw one at you? You have a clear carver that you keep on you. Where'd you get that?
It's a family heirloom.
Very nice. I know artificers who work their whole life and never manage to make a clear carver.
Yeah, well, I know artificers who work their whole life and they're still not me, so.
I like your attitude. I'll ask you all questions. I'll show up. I'll chew your ear off. You'll hear from me plenty, but right now, don't. It's a saying. Don't worry. It's just a turn of phrase. I have some ongoing research notes I have to finish up with. If you want to head down to the library or to the communique room, you can see your sibling, Nove.
I think I should. I want to go out. If I step out, will I be where I was when I disappeared?
No, you'll be in some random spot. You will be in the general direction that you were in. So if you were coming from the south and you want to walk to the south, just walk south and you'll be somewhere southward.
Okay. I'm just trying to think because I want to get a message to our people out there so that they know that we're not dead.
Oh, would you like me to send a sending to Delgado or William?
I was thinking more the people who are like right outside, like.
Oh, you came with other people!
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just those 3 vagabonds that were waiting outside of the house last night.
No, it was them and they had 2 other squad mates, and then we have a corps commander with us.
Well, all right. In that case, I can, Oh. What am I doing? Bartimaeus! The raven flutters over and just... Boom, and there are 2 Bartimaeus. And just, go find those folks and inform them. He just... out the window. There you go. And he hands you back yours.
Hello, are you my Bartimaeus?
Yes. And no.
If I took you,
Did you
if
just
you,
simulacra your fucking familiar?
No, I split him into 2.
if I took every part of you, Bartimaeus, and replaced it with different parts of a different Bartimaeus, would you still be Bartimaeus?
That's part of Theseus.
So, it's a really interesting philosophical question. I couldn't tell you.
I put him on my shoulder.
I'm just a bird. I'm just a...
Thanks, Bartimaeus.
Of course.
I appreciate you keeping it real.
How else would I keep it?
Thank you.
All right. All of you go. Have fun. Enjoy the basin. Let me know if you need anything.
Let us know if
Yes.
you need anything.
I'll do my best. You guys all turn and leave his office.
Mm-hmm.
You guys step down and you find yourselves back on the stairs on the first floor. Just that little entry area with Juju sitting, petting Ahab.
Well, as they're like leaving, just Runava, how are you feeling about everything?
I'm happy I get to see my sibling more.
Yeah.
I was worried about if we were to leave and they would stay behind, how I would ever get into contact with them again, but this works out.
How do you feel about all this and Carmichael and all that?
I wouldn't say I completely trust him, but I can appreciate the fact that he took care of my sibling for so long. And he knows about, at least on the surface level, Penny, and didn't seem to make a big deal out of it, and even tried to help Nove. I think it's similar to Kilby, in which, well, maybe a little bit looser than the Kilby's connection to Cloud Breach, but I think it could work out.
So wait, so does your sibling have another Penny? Like with them, is it like a different Penny? Is it the same Penny?
Penny
Is
had
it-
helped Nove a long time ago. Or at least that's
Uh-huh.
what Penny said. So Penny must have fixed them, but because of how deep the damage is in their throat, the fact that it was done by a god, it would take a very long time to fix.
But so there's still more Penny there. Ish. Is Penny still there with them?
No, Penny is back with me. Penny
Is your
it's
Penny
like-
the only Penny?
From what I understand, yes. I've
Why?
tried to ask Penny about that before, and Penny doesn't really answer directly.
They could be like a... Never mind. I'm glad I'm glad that your sibling is at least as okay as they can be right now. As Bella holds herself back because she knows how Penny reacts to certain words, and chooses not to refer to Penny as a disease.
It's unfortunate that their throat is that way, but it just goes to show that gods know and gods target.
What did you do? Like, your sibling was a communique host. What did you do back in your town, your city, your village, whatever, your community? Like, what was your job?
I didn't have one. I just kind of fucked around all day.
Do you not have one? Or maybe you don't remember the way that Nove doesn't remember that they were a communique host.
No, it seems like my memory is more intact than Nove's. I helped my father with painting, and I would help my mother run errands, but for the most part, I hung out with Irande and Euros, and we would just spend the day having fun, messing about.
I guess I'm just curious, like, they attacked your sibling and very specifically went for their throat to take away the thing that they cared about, but for you, from what you described, they just sort of destroyed everything. Didn't target a specific aspect of you or anything. It just feels strange. Like you,
Perhaps
Not
it's
to-
just because I didn't have anything like that. Truth be told, I didn't have any job because I didn't feel the pull to work. Unlike Nove, who always knew what they wanted to do and pursued that.
It sounds
Hmm.
like you enjoyed your existence then. In the
I
moment.
suppose.
Perhaps that's what they took away from you.
Maybe. It's just, I've read stories about gods and devils and fae, and it. Sorry, no, I shouldn't. I don't mean to be looking into your horrible, tragic experience and start psychoanalyzing no asses.
It's all right. Did
Just,
you come to some conclusion?
well, it's just it. Usually in these kinds of things, it historically, I guess, quote unquote, or in almost all of the tellings of stories and such, when they do something, it's to make a point, to prove something, or to show something, and then the punishments are targeted in this way. There's a pattern, like it's they'll go after what you care about the most, or they'll go after something important to you, but
They did.
well, obviously, yes.
They took her innocence. She's the goddess of envy. What she loved was her simple life. It was taken from her. What her sibling loved was their voice and their ability to speak to one another. They took that away. Doesn't that sound like the goddess of envy to anybody else?
It does. I don't know. It just doesn't.
I do actually agree.
I feel like
What'd you say, Crow?
He just says he agrees.
there's just something we're not seeing.
Well, she
But
She had also called herself my debt collector. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what a debt collector is, but
What debt had you incurred is the question, I guess.
especially to a god. My father was a follower of faith, but he never really pushed that upon any of us.
At least to your knowledge. Like, sorry, I don't mean to say that he would have pushed that on anyone. I just mean never mind. I don't.
But would he?
He wouldn't. What my father wanted was for the best for all of us. He saw that I wasn't excelling in normal education, so he pulled me out and taught me himself. He put in the effort. Made things comfortable for us.
Kind of person who would put anything on the line for his family.
I suppose.
What about your mother?
Well, my mother was in charge of the apothecary. She worked more than... Well, I say worked more, but it was more so she was the one who left the house more often because my father was the one who stayed at home. Different professions means different areas of life, of work. Nothing much to note, honestly.
This all doesn't add up. I don't feel like a god would attack for no reason, much less do this to someone. Perhaps I don't know gods well enough, though.
And maybe it's just like what Carmichael said. Everyone always thinks they have a good reason.
I don't think
For
there's
now.
any reason that would be able to justify
Of course not.
any of that.
For now, let's not think about terrible tragedies. I heard the food and cafes are nice, so maybe we can check out some of those or something.
Oh, is the familiar with us?
Yeah. Bartimaeus is just chilling on Bella's shoulder.
Gotcha.
Have you ever thought about asking a god?
As if a god would talk to me. Besides that one time, I guess, but that was when she killed me, so that's a little different.
I know. Doesn't seem like the gods are the ones avoiding the conversation.
Damn, he cooked you.
Damn.
Kinda got your ass.
Obliterate this.
Who am I to say, though? I'm just a raven.
Zerby jumps off of his shoulder for one frame, becomes the observer, eats the bird, turns back into Zerby.
It's
Golden Freddy.
You're literally a familiar. No,
Foxy
you're fucking not.
you. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Let's go take a walk.
Familiars are literally not just a raven.
I am, though. Just a raven.
What plane do you hail
Little
from?
guy.
Come on.
I'm
What
just
could
a
I
little guy.
possibly do with that information?
What do you mean? What do you do with that
Are you
information? I'm just a little
Fae?
guy.
Are you fiend?
I'm just a little guy.
See, that works for him because he can't speak common.
Oh, that's cheating. He's also a little guy, though.
What do you think of this broth? Summoned.
Ooh.
No,
No,
squeak
he's not
squeak.
an owl.
TV static.
I miss the owl sounds.
Hi, Broth. I'm proud of you for sticking around for this long. Bella was being so genuine.
He's so genuinely offended. Fucking, what the fuck?
Look at what you've done.
What did I do?
They're mad.
Why? I just
Can't you
gave
see
him a
it?
compliment. No. He sort of just has the same face all the time.
It's mad face.
He looks exactly the same. Not only does he look exactly the same as he does usually, he looks exactly the same as he was when he was an owl. He looks always the same.
This is different.
Okay.
Look!
Whatever you say.
Look!
Okay.
You're like, look at
No.
Bella. Looks at Broth is just like his little bat hand, just like, you know.
What can you do?
What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, you can cast speak with animals that talk. Oh, man.
You guys, Runava, do you head back up to try and find floor 4 for Nove? What do the rest of you do?
Oh. Do you want us to come along or do you want us to go somewhere else?
Up to you.
What do y'all want to do?
I
For
see
the
you all
audio
clearly
listeners.
have your shit together.
I think Pulse just flipped a coin in real life.
Sorry, I was trying to follow through on this bit of, for the audio listeners, Pulse flipped a coin.
Yeah. I'm interested to learn about this communique stuff.
Oh, yes, it's very interesting, actually.
All right, I'll follow along if that's okay. If you want me to leave at any point, just let me know.
All right.
Who's the familiar with?
Me.
Sitting on Bella's shoulder.
Us there.
Salik, Vane. Y'all coming along, or y'all heading out onto the streets?
Hey, Ritz, do you mind taking notes about that thing when you look at it? I want to learn more about it, but I think I'm going to take a walk, learn a little bit more about the people here.
What thing?
The
Communique.
that we're going to.
So, I guess I'll go then after all.
Oh, that's
No,
what you
no,
meant by
no.
stay?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bella and Runava are staying in the tower. So when you
Oh.
said stay, they thought you were staying with them.
Oh, I thought they were going up like a floor.
Well, they're going
out.
upstairs, but your options are there's nothing here on the first floor. It's literally just Juju and the parrots.
Your options are stay in the tower or leave the tower.
Away from the familiar. So I'll leave.
Okay, so you're leaving
Okay.
the tower.
All right, then I'll walk, and then I will just... Bella, do you mind taking notes?
Sure. Salik, what are you doing?
I want to learn about the communique.
All right. Well, we found our groups.
Ritz and Vane are leaving the tower, and the rest of you are heading up to.
Watch Vane and Ritz leave, just like, oh, that's good. They always get along.
We have been like this lately, you know? Like, ever
Love the
since we
idea of
called the
Ritz.
truce.
Love the idea of Ritz hitting up.
Yeah. Hey, yo,
I
Ritz,
like the
dap
idea of
me
Ritz
up.
going, who are you?
Don't touch me.
What are you doing with my hand?
What the fuck are you? Get away.
Two of you head out of the tower. Well, the other three of you head up. Bartimaeus chilling on your shoulder. Bella. And as you guys split up to explore more of the basin and see a little bit more about the tower, as Ritz and Vane walk out. High up in the tower, Carmichael sends a sending out to William Black to let him know that you all made it safely and that he is curious about what information William has on the Kingdom of Moonlight and the lost moons of Starloss. And in Cloud Breach, as William grips his desk, really concerned in the middle of a lecture, that's where we're going to end our session.
Yay!
Woo! See you guys next time so that we can explore Tide Basin a little bit more and more of what's going on with Carmichael in the tower. I can explain to you guys how a radio works. For now, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, audio listeners, for listening with your audio. If you want to support us, just continue enjoying the show. But if you want to support us a little bit more, you can start by checking out our Discord, where we have a really awesome community. And if you want to go beyond that, or if you're not really into socializing, you can also check out Ko-fi, where you can provide us with monetary support in various forms, with all sorts of neat rewards. And they all go to Marcy to make Marcy able to edit and live. Thank the nice people at home, Marcy. All right. But for now,
That's my Marcy impression.
bye-bye. Thanks, everyone. Bye.